Welcome to the Extraordinary Culture Podcast. Podcast for the culture that is music, movies, sports, food, and beer. The Extraordinary Culture.
Welcome to the Extraordinary Culture Podcast. How's everybody doing?
It's good to be back.
Shitty.
Yeah, you were gone. You had
Shitty bang bang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Hey, we turned 18.
Woohoo. We're legal.
Legal.
Oh, finally.
We're going to start with a can open right here.
I can finally say fuck.
Okay, so we just opened up the Enter Night Pilsner from Stone. It's their collaboration with, obviously, Metallica. It's a Pilsner, so it's going to be pretty light.
Yeah,
Good.
it's not bad.
A little bitterness to it.
Bitter like Metallica's soul.
The signature Stone
Bitter
hop.
like the Anger, Saint Anger album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hoppy is what it is.
Yeah, it's a little hoppy.
It's good. I like it.
It's all right.
Yes, I.
Metallica's all right, so.
I'm actually honestly surprised they didn't do it with a Bay Area brewery, being from the Bay Area. But oh well.
Are they still in the Bay Area?
No.
Is they still live in LA?
No, because Kirk Hammett lives in like Colorado. They're scattered all over. Isn't Lars Fredrickson? Didn't he just sell a
Lars
mansion
Ulrich?
or something? Yeah, Lars Ulrich. What did I say? Lars Fredrickson. Oops.
Wrong
Wrong
Lars.
van.
Wrong
Lars. Didn't he just sell a house like in L.A. or something like that? Or he's trying to sell a house like
I
out
don't know.
on
He
the
might
coast
have.
or something?
I kind of tuned out Metallica with Saint Anger.
No.
The new
Death
stuff's
Magnetic
good.
was good. That album kind of sucked. Death Magnetic was kind of a return to form, and everything since has been like pretty good. It's actually not bad. That just like that part sucked.
Well, it's one of those bands that you respect, no matter what. You know, you may not listen to them heavily, but
I mean, it's no
You
New
enjoy
America,
them.
but
nothing's the new.
Heyo.
we'll talk about that later.
Hey yo.
So we're recording in May, and May, of course, is the signature Star Wars month.
Yeah,
we just-
Star Wars.
Han shot first.
Forever. That's what Leia said. Oh.
Oh, giggity.
That's the only reason I've kept my DVDs versions of the trilogy because
So you can see who shot first.
so I can see that hand shot first.
You don't like that awkward head movement? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Dodge.
Yeah, it looks like it was like Gumby, you know, like claymation. All of a sudden, like boom.
So May the 4th passed, which is usually considered the holiday for Star Wars. So I did go to May the 4th Fest again this year. And
At RMA?
it was worse than last year.
Oh my! How's that possible?
They got rid of all the burlesque, and the hip-hop trooper wasn't there, and some of those things actually made it worth going.
Wow.
They had more food trucks, and the main stage was lightsaber fencing
Bullshit.
and costume contests, and that's all they had on the main stage.
That's it. What was the rest of it? Did they at least have more vendors?
They had the full room of vendors downstairs.
No, the
and
full
they
room of
had-
vendors sucks. Did they have more vendors? Because
They
that
had
sucked.
more food trucks.
That man. You know what?
Rad Coffee was there, so that made my night.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. But like,
All right.
No, somebody asked me about that recently. Somebody said like, "Hey, are you gonna go to May 4th Fest?" I was like, "No." And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I went last year and it
And it
sucked." I'm like,
sucked.
I'm gonna tell you this. I got a ticket for free and it was overpriced.
I got tickets for free again this year.
Yeah,
at
the comic shop. They were just sitting there. The thing I saw. 'em.
Yeah, so I grabbed some
Yeah.
and I go, you know what? It's worth checking out for an hour.
For free.
We got some pictures. And
Man, was it worth the cost of parking?
What was the cost of parking?
It was probably like
$5.
Okay.
So it cost you $5.
well, it cost me $20 because I bought Rad Coffee.
Fair enough.
So it was worth it to go get to the Rad Coffee food truck.
It saved you from having to drive out to Claremont to go
Yes.
get Rad Coffee is what it was.
I haven't been to Red Coffee yet. I need to get out
Oh,
there.
man.
Dude, it's
good shit,
delicious.
yeah.
Hey, let me know when you're off on a Friday. We'll go there.
Well, I'm all summer.
We'll get some pizza
all
There
summertime.
you go.
and go have a cigar.
That sounds like a plan. Well, okay. Well, anything else to say about May the 4th Fest?
no, not
sucked.
about May the 4th Fest.
Okay.
It sucks.
That's
It's a
about
waste
it.
of time.
So on May 2nd, Galaxy's Edge reservations opened.
That's right.
Yeah, I snagged a couple, man. I'm
There
gonna
you
go.
go.
I'm gonna go twice.
Nice.
Ooh,
I was able to.
fancy.
Yeah, okay, we'll chip in on this. Okay, so it was a busy day at work. We were putting on an event, and I basically had kids running the event, and I was like, "You go out there and you go set up. If you need something, you come back and let me know. But I'm gonna sit right here until this window opens, until this thing actually opens." And I did. I had walked out to go check on something, and somebody came outside and said, "Hey, Reyes, the thing popped up," and I ran back in. And I got my
Teacher of the
reservations.
Year material, right
That's
there.
it, right there,
Teacher
baby.
material.
Hey, leadership because they were running that thing.
There you go.
Yeah, hey,
Delegate.
Yeah.
Delegate.
So
You
I got June 11th, and then my brother. Okay, so did you find out the way that it worked or no? Did you guys
No.
hear about how it worked? All you needed was an email with Disney.com, and once you put in your email, you could get up to 5 guests. They don't need to provide anything. So I got in, and then my brother got in under his email, and he was able to put me as a guest, and I was able to put him as a guest. That's how it works. So people are doubling up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people did that. So I actually got added a 3rd time, but the guy told me the date, and I was like, I can't make that's graduation.
Oh, boo. So
I can't make that date. So, but I'm gonna get twice. But they did announce this week how they were gonna do the when it opens to the public. Did you hear that?
Yes, June 24th.
Yeah, but did you hear what they were gonna do?
No.
You have to get on the app and like you get in a group, and a group goes in at a time at a certain time slot. So let's say you got 120 people or something. It's probably gonna be more, but
Yeah.
you know that's your time slot. You go in at that time for this long, and that's kind of how it's gonna work to kind of ease that all the flow of traffic. So with us, they said it's gonna be wristbands, which I kind of speculated to that
Yeah.
it was gonna be a wristband
Oh,
type
of
thing.
course.
So it's definitely gonna be colored. People are saying like you get 4 hours there. When you think about it, 4 hours is a lot of time to spend in one land, and I'm there in a time where I'm gonna have to eat because I have 11 to 3. So I'm gonna have to eat there, which I did on purpose. So I was like, okay, I know I have to go eat here, try it out. But everybody's saying what you should do is the second half of it. That's when you should get in line for the ride because they're anticipating the ride time to be about 2 hours.
And they can't kick you out once you're in line.
They can't kick you out once in line, but I think they're going to cut off the line for certain wristband colors at certain times because they
That
know
makes
like
sense.
you're not going to get through this line before your time is up. So that's how they're kind of doing it, and they are going to enforce like, okay, you have the wrong color wristband, you need to leave.
Do you know who's doing it?
I don't know who's doing it. Well,
They're going to have stormtroopers.
yeah, I wasn't sure if that was real or not. Any insight of that one, Dan?
No, I don't really have any insight on that particular thing. But the interview that I read with the Orange County Register,
Yeah, that's the one that I read.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll believe it. I could see them just kind of doing it as a small
because
gimmick.
It's supposed to be an immersive land, so that actually
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
That like walking around with blasters. Okay, sorry, you need to leave, sir. You need to, what I mean?
Yeah.
And they do talk.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers they do actually talk, so that should be pretty interesting. So yeah,
Do the stormtroopers have a taser at the edge of their rifle?
they should.
don't tase me, bro.
They
So
should.
yeah, hopefully by the next
I'm not gonna
podcast.
leave.
But to hell you will.
I don't need to aim.
Hopefully by the next
probably still
podcast
miss.
we'll have some insight into one way or another. Looks at someone else at the table into what it's actually like there. So hopefully we get a
That's
review.
if I get in.
Yeah,
there's,
you guys gotta do a system
yeah,
too.
we
huh?
gotta do something too.
Yeah, so we'll see how
We'll
that
see what
works. But hopefully
happens.
for the next time. And then anybody else got anything going on? Because I got another thing that I did. I
No,
told you
go
about
for
last
it.
time.
What do you got?
I went and saw Michelle Obama at UCLA.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so man, we left at about 6:00 in the morning. I was at the school, and we had the buses there. We took charter buses, honestly, because that's what was available, and the bus company was nice enough to give us a good deal on it because it was a total last minute thing with so many kids going, like 200 kids going or 200 people going. It was a lot of people. 99.1, the radio station, actually was a huge help. They were out there in the morning interviewing the kids. They've been pushing it on the radio for
Oh,
like
cool.
a few weeks. They came in, held the drawing. They wanted to ride the bus with us if there was room.
Was there room?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh,
But
that
they shouted us out. Like they came to the school and recorded some segments that played later on the radio because we got to hear it on the radio on the way over
right.
there. I've never seen so many donuts because so many different organizations that we work with provided donuts. I mean, I think the bus that I was on, and mind you, we're on a bus that holds like 56 people, including the chaperones that were on the bus. I must have had about 8 boxes of donuts.
Oh,
And
wow.
like I would just I took them and just passed it back, and then there's no way we finished them all, right? Well, with the kids, so I put them above in the compartments, and they were cooled because she must have just sat on the bus and had the air conditioning running while she was waiting for us, to do the thing. So I got them out on the way home, and I was like, well, let's pass this around and see how they are. I'm like, they're cold. Like, yes. Pass them back,
And you
just
got
did
one
it.
of the potential extraordinary eats donuts.
Well, I did get What's it called? Steve's.
Steve's donuts
Yeah, that
or
was
Linda's
really
donuts,
good.
depending on.
Really?
Yeah,
Where's that
what sign
place
you
at?
look
It's in Riverside. Yeah, it was a really good donut. Maybe we'll talk about it
Arlington,
a little
maybe.
bit. But the whole trip, man, it took forever to get there. The event itself was really cool. The organization at UCLA sucked. That was not well organized. You had too many people arriving at one time. Everybody late because of LA traffic. Ridiculous. We actually got to see. I didn't see her in the vehicle, but when you see a bunch of CHP cars go by, and then a bunch of black cars, and then a big black SUV, there's Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Like that was a given.
Where was this at again?
UCLA, the Poly
Yeah.
Pavilion. So we went in, and there was a bunch of celebrities from TV and stuff. Usher was there, John Legend, Don Cheadle, baby, War Machine was there too. A couple of the kids from the school, not mine, but a couple of kids from this school were actually able to get on stage with her. They were selected from a certain thing that they wrote to actually meet her and be introduced by celebrities.
Oh, cool.
So Laura Bush was there. Laura Bush? Sophia Bush.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. And then they were like, "Hey man, we're gonna provide lunch. We'll give you a box lunch when we walk out." And I was like, "Cool man, like a Panera sandwich, I'll be good with it, and like a bag of chips and a cookie." Man, it looked like one of those, those little triangular packaged sandwiches you get from like 7-Eleven. That was dirty, man.
It's gas station sushi.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. So like, I mean, we had donuts on the way. It was good, and I know.
So at least you had donuts.
I know one of the guests that was going who is an adult, and she hooked it up with some McDonald's in the morning and got a McGriddle. And
there you
stuff.
go.
But like, and they gave us like an apple and trail mix and stuff like that, big old bottle of water, which is fine. But afterwards, I was like, man, I'll eat the sandwich because I'm hungry. But like,
I
could do
appreciate
better.
it, but this sucks.
I appreciate the effort. I'm gonna be hungry when I get home. So and it took forever getting home too. So we left at 6:00 in the morning. I got back about 5:30.
Jeez,
It was literally an all day thing. I mean, it was cool. It was cool. She's not gonna do that again. She only goes to one state a year, so she's not gonna come back to California anytime soon. So
yeah,
that was kind of cool. We have a lot of kids there, so
well, that's cool.
It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a birthday coming up.
Do we? Oh, whose birthday is
Someone's
it?
got a birthday. I wonder who.
Oh, I wonder who.
Yo, bastard.
The baby.
The big baby.
You are the youngest
baby,
one.
yeah.
Am I?
really are,
Yeah, I
though,
am the
yeah.
youngest one.
In your wasted youth.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's my birthday month. Birthday's at the end of the month. May 29th. It'll be cool. What are we going to do for my birthday? Watch All In.
Yes,
Double or
baby,
nothing.
baby.
Uh,
So May 25th, which is the actual Star Wars birthday.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's the anniversary of the release of A New Hope, which
What's the anniversary number?
this will be
42.
My age.
Jeez.
It's always my age.
So I mean,
42.
I always acknowledge that as more like this day to celebrate than the May the 4th, and then
I do too.
May the 4th has become just something that's
fucking
catchy to
hipsters.
say. No, just
That's
because.
just catchy to say. It's it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But
May the
I mean,
4th rolls off the tongue a little bit easier. Who are we kidding?
I know. Like they're not upset when it's National Hot Dog Day. Look, let me get a wiener.
Can't get a bite of yo wiener.
Yeah, but I'm gonna recognize May the 4th, and I'm gonna recognize May 25th. That's like saying, oh, you know what? It's my kid's day of conception compared to my kid's birthday. You know,
I just told you we were 18 months.
Okay, so you're not. so you're not Drax the
You're not.
Destroyer, whose father always talks about his conception.
yes, I'm not.
That's cool.
That's freaking funny.
All right, what else we got?
Hey, so anybody gonna go to Denver soon?
I'm gonna try. This is a big deal, actually. This leads to a lot of other things. I mean, they're using mushrooms, magic mushrooms. Psilocybin mushrooms just got passed in Denver. They're using it to treat anxiety, depression, a few other issues with cancer patients. They're also using it to treat PTSD with soldiers in the form of microdosing. So it's a good thing. It's as dangerous as everything else. Yes, this is true, but it also leads to a lot of positive things that I think a lot of people are overlooking. So I thought it was a big deal. It's a big deal to me.
So basically, it's still illegal, but they're like, if they catch you with it in the city of Denver, they're just gonna like get rid of these, and are you okay to drive? And
Yeah,
move you along?
they're basically pushing it to the back of the line as far as a level of importance. They're just basically looking the other way, which, fine. I mean, it'll eventually be taken care of, and it's going to open the doors to a bunch of other things. And I heard a couple of people, like Christian groups, were butthurt about it and saying that marijuana's already ruined their city.
But it's a plant made by God, man.
Where the real estate's like tripled. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I'm excited about it. I've done psilocybin mushrooms a few times. They're cool. I like them. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with California. California should be next on that list. I know they tried last time. It didn't make it to the ballot. I know Oregon's looking at trying to decriminalize psilocybin mushrooms as well. But it should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
But I mean, it's still enforced in terms of if you're driving under the influence.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to be driving while on mushrooms.
Oh, I imagine.
That's the last thing you want to do for your last drive. Yeah, no, you don't. No, I'm sure they'll treat it just like they do everything else. Same thing with marijuana. They don't really want you driving while
Exactly.
smoking the reefer.
Hey, did you hear about that grandma that was arrested at Walt
Dude,
Disney World
ain't that some shit?
for CBD oil?
So there's this grandmother uses CBD oil to take. She has arthritis, really bad arthritis.
Yeah.
They arrested her at Disneyland.
Disney World.
Disney World, yeah, Disney World. And they were telling her, it's illegal, it's a felony to have this.
It's
and
illegal in Florida, yeah. it
yeah.
is.
But you can still carry up to like 19 grams of cannabis, or you can carry a bunch of weed with you and not get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But CBD oil, which is non-psychoactive, is considered a felony. It's retarded.
Crazy.
They actually dropped the charges.
Yeah.
But it cost this lady $2,000 to bail out.
Jeez.
Well,
And that's like
Grandma's a toker because she got busted the month before for hash.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
That's
where'd
my
she get
chick
the
right
hash?
there.
Huh?
Where'd you get the hash?
I don't know. She's from North Carolina. Maybe she grew it.
I need to party with this lady. But yeah, well, I'm glad
Great
they
grandma,
got
baby.
Hey, that is quite the lady to hang out with.
She ain't a looker, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
No, she's not. Very homely looking.
Yeah.
Or a doll, I'm sure, though. But yeah, man, that was crazy. They did drop the charges, though, so that's good. They still fucked her on the $2,000 bail to get out.
Oh.
Totally ruined her trip, and yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I just got my dad some CBD oil. I was in Hollywood the other day and picked up some CBD oil for him. He tried it a couple hours later. Well, about a half hour later, he said he had to go lay down. I said, why? He goes, I was just getting a little loopy.
What?
Yeah, that CBD oil. But he said he was in some pain. He said, no pain after that.
Because he was all loopy.
That's all that matters. So
That's funny.
Personally, just give me a beer and the occasional cigar, and I'm good.
Yeah, so I found this great cigar lounge over in downtown Pomona.
question,
Yes.
can I take weed down there and have him roll me blunts? all I
Probably
wanna
not.
Continue.
All right. So it's called Mi Havana Cigars, and it's on the actually the Antique Row side of downtown Pomona.
Oh, that's cool.
So they hand roll cigars, great cigars. It's a great lounge, just a little kickback place. They'll be showing movies there sometimes movies of questionable origins, if you know what I mean. Like
Porn?
no,
Snuff films.
no movies where you
Snuff
don't movies that haven't been released on a home video yet.
So we can go watch Star Wars there?
Yeah.
Avengers? Before it gets released on Disney Plus?
So yeah.
Oh, I thought
So
you were-
anyway,
Don't sell them out, Holmes.
So anyway, it's great cigar lounge. They have a little tiny outdoor patio where they got a couple seats out there. Nice leather chairs. Great cigars. I had what they call the Kill Bill, which is like a Corona. It says a Corona with a Maduro wrapper, so it has a darker wrapper. And they're the only hand-rolled cigar place in LA County.
Oh, wow.
So they have memberships there. Memberships are really reasonably priced. So I'm thinking about getting one, but with all the money I'm going to be spending the next couple of year and a half,
Oh, yeah.
it's
you
probably
get
not
the
a
one
worth.
kind of
Yeah, it's not a worth. I don't know if it's really worth for me to do it.
How much is the membership?
$30 a month.
How much? 30?
30.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Can we split?
We could. I'll let you know about that. We'll
Yeah,
talk about it
talk
after
about
you.
that later. Going back to snuff films, man. When we were in LA, we went to the Museum of Death.
Oh, yeah. Rick. I was going to say, Rick's getting spicy right now.
Dude,
How was that?
you know what? It was overload.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you didn't die.
I didn't die. No, but they don't let you take any pictures inside, obviously.
Oh, really?
Obviously.
So you can only take pictures outside, where the museum front is. and
Oh,
everything.
yeah. The ones everybody sees, the generic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's right there, catty corner kind of from the Wiltern.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
you go in and the first room is all about serial killers. And they have, like, correspondence from the serial killers in jail. And this is John Wayne Gacy's letters and Richard Ramirez's letters from different things.
Wow.
And, you go through and they do stuff about, like, Victorian funerals and things like that, which is really cool. I like that. They had displays for more funeral rituals and things like that. But then as you go through, they have a whole room for Charles Manson. They do this major display for Heaven's Gate.
Oh wow.
They do rooms on suicide, and they did stuff.
Did they sell Kool-Aid? Oh.
It'd been cool if they did.
on the Kennedy assassination, obviously, and
They play Bullet.
No, they didn't have the bullet. But they show autopsy photos,
Ooh.
and it's like the government denies there's autopsy photos.
Oh, of
So,
the
of the Kennedy
JFK.
assassination. Yeah. Then they have this whole shrine to Gigi Allen in the corner over here and stuff. But it's by the end, man.
So is it just a bunch of punk rockers that run that place?
I don't know what it is, dude. But by the end, even I'm like, dude, this is overload. It's too much.
Is it a big place?
Not really is a thing.
Okay.
But it's big enough that we spent about an hour and a half there. But an hour and a half was enough, and I'm like, by about an hour,
Get me out of here.
By about an hour, I'm like, I'm good personally.
Yeah.
Alicia's going, and she's in the little gift shop, which is right next to the entrance.
My next question was there a gift shop?
And she's like, she's getting a coffee mug, she's getting stickers, and she's getting a poster. She's like, "You want anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm good.
Whatever you got, I'm good with."
I want to get out.
I'm like,
can I go to the
you
car
can
now?
Get whatever you want. I'm good. But even she goes, yeah. She goes, I wish they had done more of like the natural causes and stuff. And I'm like, I wish they had done more of the science aspect of death and looking at more of the autopsy stuff and things like that. That would have been fun. A little more history and science based. But by the end, man, seeing 20 million pictures of Salvadorian things and suicides and this and that, you're like, I'm kind of overloaded.
Yeah, I could see
So
that.
It gets dark.
So it's like watching like Faces of Death, all of them in a row.
Pretty much, man. They had I think it was that they had in the video room right there next to the G.G. Allen stuff, all the death metal playing and showing like shots of people getting shot from behind, this and that, and crowd control type shit. And you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Wow.
So you would have been better off going to the Natural History Museum and just looking at the mummies and the dinosaur bones.
I didn't mind. Like I said, I didn't mind the funeral stuff. That
LACMA would have been a good option.
I love LACMA.
Yeah, LACMA's cool. And even Riverside does Victorian funeral stuff in October at the Heritage House. The stuff there blew that away. And I'm like, I love this stuff. This stuff is really cool. The history and the science aspect of everything, I'm totally down for it. But I can only handle so much serial killer.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well,
on that lovely note.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about some other stuff that's not Museum of Death
Sunshine
related.
and lollipops.
And weed. Lots of weed.
And cigars.
Okay, maybe a few cigars.
All right.
As long as they don't roll them into blunts or whatever.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you hate what everybody else. Yeah, so we'll drink. It's not what you say. It's what we do. No rules. It's on what you say. It's what you do. No rules. It's on what you say. It's what you do. We're not nailed to the exhaustion in the gutter. We just follow our hearts from one moment to another. Punk is this and punk is that. Words are lame and words are crap. Inhibitions repressed and correct. Begin right. What the heck? No rules. It's on what you say. It's what you do. No rules. It's on what you say. It's what you do. No rules. It's on what you say. It's what you do. No rules. It's on what you say. It's what you do.
Wah, 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 wah.
Spoiler alert.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
If you have not seen Endgame, jump ahead.
Like
about
me.
10, jump ahead about 10 minutes.
Okay, if you haven't seen Endgame, it's the biggest movie in America. You should have seen it by now.
I think it's almost the biggest movie
In the world.
Yeah.
In the
It's
world.
almost there. It's
in
number
the
2,
world.
definitely already past Titanic, which we'll wait on that one because I'd like to hear Rick's piece on that one, like with Avatar.
Well,
and
if you
Titanic.
see what I got on there, you'll...
Yeah, I did. I saw it. Okay. Anyway, Endgame. What'd you think? I didn't cry.
Fantastic. I did cry, but
I ain't no bitch.
I lost.
what, sucker.
I lost 2 friends this year, so it got me in the feels.
No, I thought it was really good. The way I honestly, I thought the end was predictable. I
Yeah.
thought the end was very predictable. We saw it coming. I actually even called it with my daughter in the theater. I said, now's about the time everybody shows up. And that's when you hear cap, Falcon
Yeah.
comes out. And I was like, see? And then I'm like, you know what? We're missing Captain Marvel. And then all of a sudden, here she comes. You saw it was going to happen.
I mean, after they kind of said it with the, it's the time stone, you could kind of figure out what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's predictable, but it was done right.
What I didn't expect was Thanos dying 10 minutes into the movie.
I didn't expect him dying twice.
That too. But he did. I don't want to drag this on because you can read about this in a million different places, but I thought it was good where we go from here. I actually read just yesterday, there supposedly is Easter eggs all throughout the movie about what's coming next.
I haven't watched any of the Easter egg videos yet. I want to go see it one more time, and then maybe have a home video release before that way the Easter eggs are a little more prominent.
It says they're dropped there. If you saw the movie, you saw that Thor's now going to be with Guardians of the Galaxy. That's going to happen. Obviously, Iron Man is dead, so that's not going to continue. We just actually watched the trailer for Spider-Man: Far From Home, which alludes to, I don't know, somebody potentially taking the place of Iron Man. Mysterio in this trailer still appears like a good guy. I don't know. What do you think? Still think he looks like a good guy. I'm sure there how that's gonna.
He's from an alternate universe, so he's gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah. Do you think that's what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
That
that's just setting up.
It's his way of writing things or something like that.
Yeah. He's like he wants to take control of our universe, and that's why he's here. He's pretending to be good so he could take over.
I think with Endgame, I mean, everybody's all about it, but I think the biggest thing is the fact that you could get that many people in a movie.
Yeah,
and
when
have their roles be somewhat relevant.
When I watch the end credits, I'm just like, oh my god, look at all these people in it. I mean, even older established actors like Annette Bening,
Yeah. Michael Douglas.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
And you're like I go, you could never put this cast together for anything else.
No, and granted, most of that cast was the last 10 minutes of the movie, last 15 minutes of the movie when everybody appeared. It is that core of who you see that wasn't snapped is for the majority of the movie, and then everybody just kind of like it's almost like a big cameo scene. When you think about it.
Now, I think I brought this up before, but did you notice that the Avengers that were still left were the original 5 Avengers from the comic books?
Yeah,
it was Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and Ant-Man, Giant Man.
Right.
And those, like, if you ever read the original Red Avenger comic books, those were the first Avengers.
Now, I don't want to dwell on this point, but you said you kind of got hit in the feels a little bit. Not that it got to me, but I heard somebody else talking about the fact that when they were there and Cap is sitting kind of like in an AA meeting kind of thing.
Yes.
Going over the loss of people and introduced actually the first gay character in the Marvel universe as he's there talking to one of the directors actually, who is playing a part saying he had finally gone on a date with another guy after his partner had got snapped and he's trying to move on. I heard somebody say, that's the part that got to me. The fact that so many people would have got snapped that everybody knew somebody.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, you know what? That's a big piece of social commentary because if you think about it, that's how it is with genocide.
Yeah.
But we just kind of marginalize it and say, well, that happened to just the Jews or that happened in Rwanda
or that happened in
Armenia. Yeah. And you don't outside of that little bubble, you don't really think about it. It's a horrible thing, but you don't think about it. But when you think about it on a large scale like that, it's like, that's exactly how they feel.
I mean, it's kind of like putting the AIDS epidemic into like a very short time period. Like by now, with AIDS, we've all known somebody who's passed away or who has AIDS or who's living with AIDS or dealing with somebody who has AIDS. And they've kind of put into like a smaller little, like it happened instantly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think there was some social commentary in that movie that I need to see it again to really get through all that. But I thought it was good. I didn't really think it was like, some people were like, oh my God, this is like the greatest movie. I didn't feel that at all. I didn't think it was like the greatest movie. And I went in thinking like, okay, I don't really want this to get overhyped. I'm going to go in. I'm going to have kind of low expectations because with something like of that caliber, if I would have gone on with high expectations, I would have been like, that's it? And really? Like, that's okay. But I didn't do that. So I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't think it was the greatest movie of all time.
There's a lot of other movies that I think have done better. But as far as a comic book movie and a movie from this genre,
I'm still about Winter Soldier and The Dark Knight.
I think it goes up there with The Dark Knight and Winter Soldier. I'm not saying it's better, worse, or tied. I'm just saying like it's in that same category. It's going to take a long time for another movie coming from this genre to reach that caliber of filmmaking.
The hype for Endgame was so much that people who had never seen any of them went to go see it.
Yeah.
And so I know somebody like that. She was like, admittedly, like, I don't know these, but everybody was hyped up. Somebody invited me and I went. And she's like, no, I got into it. I'm like, no, I'm going to go back and start. Like, do I have to watch all of them? And I'm like, well, kind of can get away without watching Iron Man 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to watch that one. You don't really need to watch Thor Dark World. There's a couple there.
You kind of do. It explains a little bit, but like I've never seen Dark World, so I missed that one. So.
Oh, you missed Dark World?
Yeah.
It's not, you don't need to see
it.
Ragnarok is so much better than Dark World. There's a few of them you don't necessarily have to see.
It's just nice to get introduced to the characters.
Well, it's even, sometimes it's just the end credit scene.
Yeah.
That mid-scene, credits that are a scene in mid-credits that you need to, that advances the storyline somehow. I've been talking about this with Rob, and I said this on the last podcast too. People have said like, "Oh, chronologically, you should watch them in this order." Well, it doesn't make sense just based on the mid-credit scenes.
Yeah,
like, you can't do that because they don't make sense in that fashion. It's meant to be seen the way that it was put out.
So, what do you think's next for MCU?
Well, definitely. Okay, so Spider-Man is going to take. Have you seen that thing too that they're put? Oh, Disney's collecting a package of 22 films. That's fake, right?
Don't know.
I think it's fake because I think Spider-Man: Far From Home is like the end because it still addresses things that.
So it'll be 23 films?
It'll be 23 films. I'm not sure. I've been seeing that stupid shit all over, but then somewhere I heard that it was fake. It wasn't true.
Hey, but why are you going to buy that when you can get Disney Plus?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you've been like me, collect the movies slowly.
So you'll notice you don't hear Rick because Rick is one of like the 3 people in the world that haven't seen Endgame.
I'm the other one. It's just not that
Danny
big of a
doesn't
deal
care.
to me, though.
Yeah. Dan's
Star
like,
Wars.
Whatever, I'm good.
Star Wars.
Yeah, that's coming up too.
But May the 4th sucked.
So I think we can. Oh my god, I can't believe Rick went to that May the 4th fest. Like really, I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Hey,
right
can we
I
get
love
Rick
him.
back in?
I love
Yeah.
Rick.
Rick!
Come back.
Godzilla.
The king of the monsters. I'm gonna
He
bite
gets
you
to
in the ass.
fight monsters.
Bite your ass. Arr.
Dude, I want to see this one really bad.
It looks pretty
I
cool.
only saw a piece of this, but we all know I'm a monster movie fan.
Uh-huh.
Like that's what I really like as far as when it comes to horror movies. I'm good. Let's
Yeah, we
check it
saw the
out.
first one together.
Mothra, Rodan. Like,
Oh, yeah, we did.
Supposed to be fighting everybody.
Wait,
Yeah.
doesn't it have the turtle one? Gamera?
That I don't know. I remember seeing.
Did you
that
see
one.
Skull Island?
No.
Yes.
Oh man, that was a good movie.
It was actually pretty cool. It was
Yeah.
a little over CG overload, but it was still cool. It was fun. I actually liked John C. Reilly in it. It was really cool.
So, I mean, this one, like, a Godzilla's fighting, like, all his old classic monsters. The trailer's done really well. If the movie is, like, as half as good as a trailer, it's going to be a fantastic movie.
It'll just be fun to see him fighting monsters. again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where the humans are helping him out.
Yeah. Anyway, those two movies were fantastic. They always lead back to Godzilla, the King of the Monsters, and I'm looking forward to it. Did the other two do well? I mean, I know I saw them both and liked them, but I don't know if they
They
do
did
well.
all right.
Well,
We're not talking
I
summer
mean, enough-
blockbuster.
enough-
Yeah, they're doing enough they can make another one.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, you think we'll ever see a King Kong versus Godzilla? A new one?
Nah.
You never know.
I don't
Maybe.
know, man. Yeah, who knows? Like, you know what was good was the King Kong movie that Jack Black was in? That was a good movie.
I enjoy that one, yeah.
That
But,
was
like,
good.
Skull Island was more like, I think, what people nowadays want. More that action kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't. It was just a cool movie. So, looking forward to that one. What else is coming up, baby?
Dude, okay, so I've seen like bits and pieces of the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
I just pulled it up because it's so ridiculous. Sonic looks... He doesn't look right. He doesn't look like Sonic.
And that's why people
No.
are all pissed off.
Yeah, a lot of people got pissed off. It's like, this not Sonic. You know, all the video game fans. Granted, yeah, I didn't look like him, but I'm not going to probably go see this movie. I just like, fuck this shit, so I don't care.
The trailer didn't... It wasn't Sonic's look that didn't fascinate me in the trailer. The trailer just didn't look that good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about it? Like, you know?
One article I read, and if you look at him in comparison to like the video games, you know, he's got that short body, the tiny legs, but like a stocky build up
Yeah.
top. You know, very high with the mohawky type look on his hair, of course.
Yeah.
This guy looked like a dude in a
Suit.
hedgehog suit.
He's
it was
he's
it was
tall like
a
Bugs
onesie.
Bunny. He's
Like a
he's tall-
furry.
No, he's tall like Bugs Bunny. Is the best way to explain it.
Yeah,
so,
that is.
Well, I mean, so apparently, what's the fuck? Detective Pikachu is supposed to be actually not that bad. Like,
I don't get that.
I don't. Well, but I'm not a Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
I'm way younger. You know, I'm older than that.
But it's got Ryan Reynolds doing the voice of Pikachu. That's what I really don't
that's
get.
half the fun of it.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be fun, and I can admit that. But
Now, does anybody know where this Detective Pikachu comes from? It's like somebody says, like, oh, yeah, it's a thing like in the comics or books or the cards. I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of miss out on the whole Pokemon
Nope.
thing.
Next. No.
It's a good way to make a Pokemon movie that's not. Wow, I'm Ash Ketchum and I need to catch a Pokemon. It's a way to kind of introduce a world.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from personally. I know there are games now, right? There is a game now
Well, for what?
for Detective Pikachu.
Probably. I don't know.
I believe there is, even though your son even admits I don't play it.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
So why didn't they just do
well,
this?
that's one youth that
You know what?
saved.
He's actually been playing. He's actually been playing Sonic. Yeah, there is a Detective Pikachu game.
So why didn't they do this one like the Pokemon craze was going around?
Well, I think they started it when Pokemon Go. Because you think about how long it takes to develop
It's
a movie like
called
this.
production.
It's
sir.
probably about the time that Pokemon Go was a thing. Pokemon's still a thing, dude. You can't.
Yeah,
It's never died.
It really has never died. It made a resurgence with the whole Pokemon Go stuff, and then Let's Go Pikachu or whatever the
What's up?
It's a video game that they came out with that has a Pokeball that you can use. It's interactive with Pokemon Go. Like you can actually trade characters back and forth when you're connected to the thing. So
Right on.
yeah, my son does play that too. Like I said recently, he's been getting into Sonic though. Like for his birthday, we ended up getting him one of the Sonic games because that's really what he wanted. So
oh, cool.
got it. And he's been playing that. So
That's
he's been
right.
talking about that. He hasn't said anything to me about the movie though.
Like Xavier said, it looks a lot more Bugs Bunny-esque.
Yeah, I did see that.
And then I look at him, and honestly, I think it looks like a guy in a onesie.
A furry.
Yes.
Well, anyway, the studio's gonna spend a lot of money, so he looks more like the classic.
Yeah.
So they are changing it then.
They are changing it, but I mean, they're gonna have people working around the clock, and they're gonna spend on their budget that they're not gonna make. on this.
Good. Fuckers, that's what they get.
Yeah,
Should have did it right the first time.
exactly.
All right, what else we got, man? What else we got?
Okay,
Anyway.
so is anybody at all even remotely excited about 4 more Avatar films?
There's
No.
4 more?
No,
Yes.
not at all.
Why?
See, we waited for you to talk about this, Rick.
Why?
Because we just talked right now about Endgame passing Titanic to be the number 2 movie worldwide.
Which means I can't see it anymore.
What? That one?
No, I won't be able to watch Endgame.
Okay.
Because that's the only reason I've never watched Titanic, because of past Star Wars.
Well, then you're not
So
seeing Endgame.
I'll never see Endgame ever.
Anyway, Titanic was. I mean, I saw it in the theater once. I've seen it once. I've seen it a couple of times on TV.
and he
I
didn't
don't
have a
know why.
girlfriend at the time. So
No, I
that's pretty
did.
sad.
I did. I was dating my wife. We saw it together, and I still thought it was a lump of crap. I was like, man, it took 3 hours for a boat to sink.
There's only 2 good reasons to see that movie.
Draw me like one of your French girls. You talking about that?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's pretty sad.
that is pretty sad. No, the other one is the iconic pose that everyone does.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Stand on the edge of something and put your hands out.
Yeah.
And like you know somebody that's done that pose somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not the biggest fan of that movie. I never saw Avatar. Okay, so you and I had a conversation with Ryan on Facebook. I never saw Avatar in the theater.
Really?
I never saw Avatar in the theater.
I still haven't
It
seen
didn't-
Avatar.
It didn't catch my interest. It
You don't want to see
pique my interest
Ferngully?
at all.
All right, hold, let me stop you right there. I actually did see it. I saw it in 3D at the theater with Joe from the showcase.
Yeah, Ryan said the same thing.
It was good
That's what he
in
said.
the theater
Yeah,
with 3D goggles.
right.
On TV, not so much.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it on TV.
And
in,
you know
in
what?
my bedroom
I've heard
while I was laying on the bed.
the land is pretty
Beaten up.
awesome
Mm-hmm.
because they did the land at the what is it, Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, because Disney owns the rights to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the movie sucked in 2D, and
But-
I'm watching it on TV. It was really good in 3D.
I don't think
the movie's
it's-
10 years old now. I mean, does any if they would have just let it go, do you think anybody would have remembered?
Okay, now you have arguments with that back and forth with people all the time. So I argue, I think Rick does, and I know for sure Rob does, that it's not a good movie. It's just not. The whole thing was they made so much money was the spectacle of it all because it was like you just said in 3D. Wow, on the big screen.
Yeah, it was-
wow. It was those advancements in special effects and CGI that was like, oh my god, we can do this. So people went back 2-3 times to see it. But when I saw it once on TV, and granted, I always try to go in things like, okay, so let me see.
Yeah, with an open mind.
And I'm like, this is a piece of crap. Like I saw it, but I'm like, I see it. I probably actually I enjoyed it. Thought it was that was a good movie, but I'm like, how the hell did this be Star Wars?
Yeah. I think it was just the hype of all the CGI
I'm like,
and
this
everything.
is like I don't see anything special about the plot line of this movie.
Plotline, it wasn't that great. It was just the 3D, the art, the graphics of the movie. That's what really won me over. Now, granted, I was high. I was stoned when I went to go see this movie. But I mean, just the visuals alone
So he was
made the movie really good. Oh my gosh, this is one of the most rad movies I've ever seen. But yeah, if we're talking about storyline, I mean,
it's a
it's a
predictable storyline
Mhm.
that's going to try to pull you in by doing things that have been done before that will give you emotions.
Mhm.
I mean, somebody said it's Dances with Wolves.
don't know if I'd go that far. I like Dances with Wolves, but I don't like Avatar. I like Dances with Wolves.
No, but they use a lot of the same themes and some of the same emotions that they try to pull from Dances with Wolves with Avatar.
Yeah, I did hear that. Actually, I don't remember where, but I did hear that.
It was one of the comments in Ryan's conversation. if I
Oh, was
remember
it? Okay, I think you're right.
So you know what? I'm going to go see one of these movies because I got to see what the big deal is.
right.
Yeah,
like
that would
I
be
said,
worth
I
it.
still haven't seen the first one, so I'm fine.
I have absolutely no interest.
Yeah.
I feel that Avatar
I saw my
does not-
shitty movie.
Now,
I saw 50 Shades of Green. in
I've
theaters, so-
argued. I've argued this to people
good.
before. I've argued this to people before that I say, yeah, I'll stand up for Star Wars till the day I die. I understand people don't like Star Wars. I don't have a problem with that.
They can all go to hell.
I don't have a problem with that. But it has endured, and a lot of people know it. A lot of people will stick up for it. I don't know anybody that sticks up for oh my god, man, Avatar. Blah, blah. You know anybody like that?
No.
I
the,
don't.
The Last Airbender, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. When it comes to the anime, yeah, people will stand up for that. But not the actual movie. People are like, I enjoyed Avatar. I loved it. Okay. Are you hardcore? Do you have Avatar t-shirts and toys? Well, no. Okay, then fuck off. Because that shit ain't gonna happen.
That's
I think it's piss poor.
I had a
mean, it's
friend
just not gonna
the
go.
other day at work. He had a Fifth Element shirt. Remember that movie?
Yeah,
that
but
was a
that's
good movie.
cult.
Yeah. So I mean, but no. But going back to a lot of us forget about that movie. Because oh, you know what though? That was a pretty good
Really
movie.
darn good movie.
Okay. Blade Runner is another one. It's cult status. I mean, they didn't do another Blade Runner for like 25, 30
You know why
years.
it's cult status? Because it's actually not that good.
What?
It doesn't hold up.
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner does not
Blade
hold
Runner's
up.
fantastic,
No,
man.
it's
Yeah,
not,
well,
dude.
yeah.
It's not a good movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a good movie. It does not hold up. I don't think it does. And I like freaking Han Solo.
Poor Han Solo's missing
Well,
his co-pilot.
I'll tell you what makes me sad. Going on that note, Rick, the passing of Peter Mayhew. Did you guys see the thing that the astronaut did from the space station?
That was pretty
That was
badass,
rad.
No, what are you talking about?
He put a picture of Peter Mayhew, and it was like in this window that looked like it could have came right out of the Millennium Falcon, and it was just overlooking Earth. And it was just a little tribute that the astronaut paid to Peter Mayhew. It was really nice. It was cool. It was on that article, I believe, is on space.com or something like that.
Yeah, you sent it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, from everything I've heard, he was a fantastic guy. He just like was always helping out with charities. He was even though he was a good guy, he was an honorary member of the 501st, and they gave him a cane that was like a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw that. I've seen pictures of that.
Well, when
I have a picture with him somewhere from WonderCon. Was it WonderCon?
I think it was Comic Con or Stan Lee's Kamikaze, the first one.
Maybe. Yeah, it might have been that. Something small. Anyway, go ahead, Rick.
well, I was saying when he was cast as Chewbacca, even all the way up to Return of the Jedi, he was working as an orderly. He worked in a hospital, and that was finally what kind of broke him out of that, and he didn't go back to working as an orderly. Was he was making enough money through cons and things like that? But that tells you right there, man. If he's working in a hospital, he's choosing to work in a hospital.
Yeah.
That's his attitude. That's his mindset. That's respect.
Mm-hmm. He played Chewbacca for The Force Awakens, and all the scenes that he could sit down in.
Yeah.
For the scenes that it took somebody to stand up, he trained the new guy.
Right.
So like he was like, no, this is how Chewbacca would look, and this is how he would pause, and this is the emotion you need to do with him.
Yeah, and that was 100% consultant on The Last Jedi, right?
Yeah, and Solo. I really didn't know that it was a new actor until I saw the beginning of Celebration this year when they showed the new trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, there's a new guy? I thought it was Peter Mayhew.
But no, it's been the whole new trilogy.
Yeah, but I'm saying he trained the guy so well,
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize it.
He's always Chewbacca forever, man. And we got new films coming too. What's up?
So
with
those
that?
are some films that we want to hear about.
Is that the Ryan Johnson trilogy?
Have they said?
They haven't said. They
didn't
just
say
said
it just says untitled Star Wars in Disney's
Okay.
list of the next 7 years.
Now I find this odd to the fact that not that long ago they announced we're putting Star Wars on hiatus, and then all of a sudden, hey guys, we got some new films, 22, 24, and 26.
But if you think about it, that is a hiatus. That's 3 years.
I guess makes sense.
no. I just remember I heard about the new films coming out in 1991, and they didn't come out till 1999.
9.
Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary of The Phantom Menace.
Yes. It is.
Ooh, my favorite movie.
We camped out for that.
You camped out for
I
that.
camped out.
Not that
for
it was Attack of the Clones. We
You
camped
camped
out
out for
for.
that, Dan? You were
No,
there, right?
it was
Was
you
it,
can't- you
what
can't
one more
buy-
time?
by
Phantom Menace?
Attack of the Clones. You could
Did I
actually
camp
buy
out
them
for
on
what?
The Phantom Menace.
I don't think I camped out, but I was with you guys. So
You
whatever
were
you
with
guys
me.
did, I
No.
You
did.
camped out. I didn't camp out.
I didn't camp out,
I camped
though.
out with
I probably
Dave,
was working.
Dave Herrera and Jeremy Kruger.
Yeah, no.
And,
10 outside the theater that's not there anymore.
Yeah, no.
yeah,
And somebody
I was probably
put
working
Echo
at that time.
Base. No, you guys were still in high school. It was your senior year.
he was my senior.
Yeah, no, I was already in college. It came out in May of '99. I was about done with RCC.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So what do you think the new film is going to be about? Is it the Ryan Johnson trilogy? Is it
probably
Mandalorians?
because, the Star Wars sagas. I mean, the Skywalker saga's done. So it's
Is it
either
the
gonna
new
be,
Jedi or whatever they want to call them? The Skywalker Academy?
Don't know. Hope it's something new. Just get that vibe because I mean, Rogue One obviously took place within the setting of all this, and it felt like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But there were no lightsabers, no Jedi, and it was damn good. So hopefully it continues the tradition of that. We get something that feels
Mhm.
like familiar but is new. So
But I didn't have a problem with Solo. I thought Solo was
I
the
didn't have a
same
problem
vibe,
with Solo
too.
either. But
I enjoyed Solo. I watched that for May the 4th.
the marketing was bad, and it was too close to the release of Episode 8
That makes sense.
to do that. I'm looking forward to Episode 9 completely. Obviously, we're gonna do that, and I'll probably cry at that one. I didn't cry at Endgame, but I'll cry at that one. Pretty sure. Drown in some
Especially if Lando
tears.
dies.
Man,
You think he's... Hey, while we're on, what do you think is going to happen with the last Star Wars movie?
well, somebody's gonna die.
Well, my personal thought is Skywalker is going to be the new name for a Force user.
Okay.
Oh, you know who's gonna be? That kid we saw.
With the broom?
Canto Bite. Yeah, he's a Skywalker. Watch. He's gonna be like
He'll
something
be
tiny
Force
like that.
sensitive.
What?
He'll be force sensitive. No. Skywalker is going to be the term for a force user.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
okay.
Think about it. Mark Hamill said the Jedi have to die.
No one ever truly goes away. Or what? No one ever truly dies.
Balance to the force would be there's no Jedi, there's no Sith, there's Skywalker.
Wow.
I could be 100% wrong.
Yeah, he
but
probably is.
I
Did you read
usually
any
am.
They're
spoilers?
going to be
Rick?
sky
No, I
killers.
didn't.
Nothing?
And so, what about Ray? Do we think we'll finally find the origin of her parents?
Probably not.
I hope they don't. I think it's better
It's
like
better
that.
just the mystery.
I think it's better like that. She takes on the name Skywalker,
Yeah.
not having to be a Skywalker.
Oh, there it is.
By bloodline,
Yeah.
but that becomes like it's the title. It's the Jedi title, the Force user title. She's
Okay.
a Skywalker. She's Rey Skywalker, but
Now, do you think we'll ever find out if
No,
Ezra
the
comes
end.
back?
The last line of the film. Who are you? Ray Skywalker.
Do you think Ezra will
Smash
come back?
cut. Credits.
You think Ezra will come back?
I hope. I think that'd be
I
really
don't think
cool.
they'll ever introduce that in a film. I
That
think
would be
it's. I
really
think it's
cool.
best left to be part of the extended stuff.
Or Ahsoka.
It's canon. It's canon, of course, but I think it's just. Best
Oh,
to be
maybe we'll
left there
see
now.
Ahsoka.
That'd be fun to
Hey,
see.
aren't we
Ahsoka.
getting we're getting Clone Wars back too? So aren't we? Is it
Yes.
Clone Wars we're getting back?
No, we're getting. Yeah, we are getting Clone
we're
Wars
getting
back.
Clone Wars back. So we'll see some stuff there, but I don't think they're ever going to be introduced in a film, dude.
And how do you think we're going to explain the new Palpatine coming back?
Clone.
You see, I've had conversations with this with people. You see the remains of the Death Star
Yes.
in
You do see it in the trailer.
in what do they call it? The Legends stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, you see the remains of the Death Star still in the trailer.
Yeah,
It's there.
yeah,
They're looking
yeah.
at it.
But I'm
Yeah.
getting to the point here. Is in the Legends things, Dark Jedi or Sith Lords usually can't make Force ghosts,
Yeah.
but they can inhabit an area and they can possess people.
All right.
So Palpatine more than likely can inhabit the remains of that Death Star. And that's where Kylo Ren kind of comes in. You know, looking for that helmet.
Yeah.
He may have been possessed by Palpatine.
Now, all I heard was Chuck Wendig said, read the Aftermath stories.
I need to go back and read this.
Yeah.
Are they on Audible?
They should be. But basically, and I talked about this last time. In there's a robot that has like what we've done with Walt Disney, supposedly. Like he's all frozen, gives all the plans after he dies. Like, oh, you got to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Go do it.
So he's basically the First Order
Yeah.
robot.
Kind of like a Battlestar Galactica.
Mhm.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Nobody got that one?
Interesting. Interesting. What would you guys say we take a break?
And have another beer.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here in a minute.
Can I leave to Bristol breakfast? We're sliding like a firehouse sundown. Feels like I ought to scream some clone song. Get as brittle as an 8-track don't sound. Like a farmer on a never-built acre. You ask me maybe will we ever see a spaceman? I know what's in a hangar in Ohio. Dinosaur jaws and a lot of sorry glances. On a future we won't think about it, think about it. We're where the highway stretches out like pop songs. On a future we won't think about it, think about it. We'll take a break and paint the city like a carpenter stick. In the midnight we can walk like aliens. Pack a baggage in a red hat suitcase. The rainbow is a Cadillac of colors. Just ignore the drama, haggle with some roosters. On the future we won't think about 'em, think about 'em. We're where the highway stretches out like pop songs. On the future we won't think about 'em, think about 'em. We'll take a break and paint the city like a carpenter stick. Field trip. Field trip. Field trip.
Hey, and we're back. Time for some music news, because music is always a good time. And while we're talking about music news, we're going to open up a Buenos Tiempos Mexican-style lager from Belching Beaver.
Burp. Ow. Oh, I didn't realize I had one, dude. I'm
hurt
already.
my
I'm
finger.
feeling this Pilsner already.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm lightweight these days.
Don't fruit the beer, man.
You know,
Probably
it's like a
'cause I'm kinda
2%
tired,
alcohol volume, right?
That's good.
That's
Yeah, but
five
damn
percent.
good time.
How big is that beer? That's a pretty big beer.
Pint.
Is it?
So-
Is it a
These
pint?
aren't big.
It's a 5.7, so it's slightly.
It's stronger than Bud Light.
But the Buenos Tiempos is good.
Actually, this is really good.
I love Mexican lagers right now. They're my go-to. So yeah.
So you've been to a couple concerts and
Ooh,
movies.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
I've-
God, that's beer, dude. Oh,
That's a really good beer.
I like
isn't
that
it?
better than the Metallica one.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I had a chance.
Of course,
to
it's
do a few
Belching
things.
Beaver. It's delicious.
Yeah, everything we have about Belching Beaver has been good.
You gotta love
Never.
the beaver.
Never go wrong with the beaver. Yeah, I've been lucky, man. I've been able to go to a few things lately. We'll start with last weekend. Alicia and I went to L.A. We went and we saw the Alien exhibit at USC, which was really cool walking around there.
That's Alien the film.
Alien the film, 40th anniversary.
Awesome.
So they had it was in the Hugh Hefner wing of the George Lucas building. So that was fun in itself. So you wanted to
say that again?
It was in the Hugh Hefner wing of the George Lucas building in the School of Cinematography.
Are there Star Wars films we don't know about?
No,
Okay.
this was an alien. an alien
Sexy
exhibit.
Star Wars movies we don't know about.
I wish.
That would be pretty rad.
But after that, we went and we saw Rise Against, and they were doing a show at the Ace Hotel Theater. Have you guys ever been to the Ace Hotel?
No.
Never even heard of it, man.
Dude, it is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous.
Well, I mean, it
little
is a
theater.
hotel.
Yeah, but it's the theater.
Oh, okay.
It's the theater. It was actually the original United Artists Theater.
Oh, really?
So when the
Wow.
when the artists actually united to make United Artists, this was the theater. So it's just that old style theater, beautiful, and you got Rise Against playing there. But it wasn't a typical Rise Against show. They were doing the Ghost Note symphonies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys
Which is
know
an
about that?
amazing freaking
Yes.
album. So good, the acoustic.
Explain
version.
that.
So the Ghost Note symphonies was not a new album. It was them going back and reworking
Imagining.
material.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
And they had a string trio that was performing with them. Tim McElrath, the lead singer, was performing acoustically.
Oh, they had a string trio with them?
Yeah.
That's cool because when I saw them with AFI back in October in Irvine, they played a partial acoustic set. They did a number of acoustic
Yeah.
songs because it was that album had just come out,
Mm-hmm.
and no, they didn't have any strings with it. But
No.
it was damn good either
Yeah,
way.
they had the strings there. They had the carpets on the ground. You know, it was the acoustic guitar. The bass player, who was from 88 Fingers Louie, was still playing a regular bass. The other guitarist was alternating between acoustic and electric, and it was a very different vibe to the show. I've seen Rise Against quite a few times, and it was just a whole different vibe to the show. It fit the theater really, really well.
That's rad.
Like they picked, and then Chuck Reagan opened for him. So
was
you
really
can't go wrong with Chuck Reagan and.
Oh no! As soon as Rick said something, or I was with Rob on May 4th. We went to Disneyland because he got to May 4th.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was like, "No, the kids are spending the night with us tomorrow." I'm like, "The kids are spending the night." Yeah, Rick's going to some concert. I'm like, "Oh, he's going to go see Chuck Reagan."
Yeah.
I just knew, and then I was like, "Oh, they're playing Rise Against." Okay,
Yeah.
I knew what show he was going to.
Well, Chuck Reagan always ends up playing around here in May, but yeah, dude, it was super cool. I mean, they did everything. They played old material, new material, and the crowd was really cool because they knew everything, even the older stuff, even like what is it, Voices Off Camera, which is on Ghost Note, but they were playing some other stuff off of.
There's a few on that album that are off of Your Revolutions Per Minute.
They
Yeah.
played some stuff from Unraveling,
Wow, that's rare.
and the crowd was into it. They
Wow.
knew it. They were singing along. They played. They did a couple of covers. They did. They played Bikeage by
Yeah,
the
that's
Descendants,
Rick
which
sent us
came
a
out.
piece of that. Yeah.
I actually recorded the entire thing in like 3 little clips, so you could watch it on
That's cool.
on Instagram. But yeah, it was such a good show, really good show. And then the week before that, there was a world premiere of a movie called "Pick It Up: Ska in the '90s."
Yeah, I like ska and I like the 90s.
Yeah, so it was a really good movie, dude.
Yeah,
It was really fun.
how long was that movie?
It was a little over an hour and a half, and he just kind of talked about the rise of ska and where it came from in Jamaica and transitioning to the 80s, and then how it transformed in the 90s and how big like Orange County and things were on it and how it boomed and then how it just kind of died out.
I mean, I think for like a time, if you're into alternative music and lived in Orange County, you were in a ska band.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And the director did a really good job. Tim Armstrong narrated it.
Yeah, he's a fantastic one. He did those
And
special.
you understood it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one. He does the ones for Viceland.
I didn't see the noisy one for the two-tone. I haven't saved
Yeah, that
to
one's
watch
fantastic.
it, but I haven't watched it yet.
No, but it fit, man, because I know we were the director did Q&A after the filming, and that was one of the questions somebody asked me. How did Tim Armstrong end up doing this? And he goes, actually, we were auditioning people, and we had a short list of people that were being auditioned, this and that, and Tim ended up calling him and says, I want to do it.
Oh shit!
And he's like, okay, that was it. He goes,
Well, really, when you think about it, there's no other choice. He's
That's
so
exactly what we
influential with ska in the '90s, from Operation Ivy, which we'll talk about in a minute.
to Dance Hall
Yeah,
Crashers.
to Dance Hall Crashers, to
I mean,
just
early
knowing,
Rancid albums.
putting out King to Django albums, and
Yeah.
just like signing Hepcat and just
The
you know,
Interrupters.
Even just
Yeah.
Time Bomb coming out, and Time Bomb being that film that mainstream hit, going through it. So yeah, it was perfect. Then they mentioned that. They mentioned No Doubt, of course. They have to mention No Doubt. The Boss Tones. What was it? Aaron Barrett from Real Big Fish was prominent in the film. They talked to him quite a bit,
Yeah.
and it's funny because we ended up sitting right behind him, or right in front of him.
Now,
Oh wow.
did they mention Fishbone or the Untouchables?
They didn't mention the Untouchables. They mentioned Fishbone.
Yeah,
Angelo Moore was in it. Alex Dessert was in it.
because for the longest time, for they're talking about like ska bands in America.
Yeah.
And this is like before 1990. You had the Bosstones, you had the Toasters, you had Fishbone, and you had the Untouchables, and that was basically ska in the United States.
Yeah. No, they mentioned the only one they didn't mention was the Untouchables.
Yeah.
But they mentioned Fishbone. They mentioned the Toasters. They had the guy who runs Moon Ska. He's in the Toasters.
Yeah. I forget his name.
I
Bucket.
can't remember his name.
Bucket.
Yeah. He
Rob
was in
Bucket
it, man.
Hingley.
Yeah. He was in, and everybody just kind of giving their 2 cents, and it's funny. There was some good times, man. It brought back a lot of really good memories.
Any footage from the showcase?
No.
Marks.
No. Yeah, no.
If we ever see that showcase movie come out,
The showcase.
Yeah, if it ever
movie.
shows up.
That's funny.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
But
How many years are we into this?
like I said, we were right in front of Aaron Barrett. Alicia turned around afterwards. We got a picture with Aaron Barrett. Anthony Ranieri was there,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and Alicia kind of caught his eye, and I saw him during the screening. And then as soon as it was over, he like booked it. Like I'm like,
Who,
shit,
Anthony,
dude,
Anthony Ranieri?
Anthony Ranieri.
Oh yeah,
Which I know he's not a ska man, but I mean, still cool to see a Bayside.
he's from
Yeah.
Bayside. Yeah, I was gonna say
People want to.
Yeah.
Those want to be around
Of course,
because of
then
that.
of course, then Mike Park was of course part of it, and Chris from Less Than Jake did stuff, and it was really fun. I hope they put it out somewhere where people can see it.
Fuck, just put it on Netflix.
But he talked to Eddie Voodoo, of course, and
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
the only person he didn't talk to, and I asked him a question. And of course, he kind of downplayed a little bit. I go, is there anybody you missed? Is there
Yeah.
anybody you really wanted to get and you missed? He goes, I don't really want to talk about that, of course. He's like, the people who here really wanted to be part of this, so I appreciate them. And that, I'm like, that's a cool.
Fair
I,
enough.
Yeah.
I go, that's a respectable answer. Of course, he coughs and goes, Gwen.
Yeah, really, huh?
But the other guys were in it, man.
Yeah.
The other guys in the band were in it. And who else was in it? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was really cool. It's definitely something to see.
now, do they have any like of the older bands, like maybe like the Specials or anybody?
They
like,
had the
or
Skylights.
Okay.
They did some stuff with the Skylights, and
Yeah, because the Skylights
that.
used to come by like once a year to like LA, and then
Yeah.
I know they played in LA and they played at the showcase, and then I don't know where the hell else they played,
Mhm.
but they were playing like all the time.
yeah, they did that. They talked to the Specials. I think they just mentioned the Specials a lot.
Uh-huh.
But check it out if you ever get an opportunity. It's definitely worth seeing. I have a poster in my car for you for the shop.
Oh, rad.
Didn't the
Awesome.
specials just turn 40?
I believe so.
Yes. Well, it'll be,
They're playing in
Saturday
L.A.,
spring.
right? Aren't they playing in L.A.?
No, they're getting a Star on the Wild.
Why
What
they're
do I fuck with?
yeah, but I thought they were playing in
They're
LA
probably playing
too.
the same time.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
That does make sense.
You know, I still want to go see them.
You've never seen them?
No.
You know, I never have either.
Yeah, we
I
have.
have either.
When did I see the specials?
We saw them at Warped Tour with
I mean,
Rancid.
Oh, that's right.
They played the they played the Warped
Yeah,
Tour?
they-
Holy
the
shit.
second year we went, and I guess would have been
97?
97.
God damn. Oh, well, that was around the time that where you may not have been with me.
Carson.
That was
Jesse
developed-
No, it was
Hastings.
the other one at Irvine.
But that must have been 90.
Because I remember whatchamacallit, one of the guys, I knocked his joint out of his hand.
Jesse Hastings and me, we saw him at the Innocent Until Proven Guilty. We saw him at Mad Platter.
Yeah, I saw him at the Glass House.
I remember you going.
Yeah,
and
in
I know
store.
Rick and I saw him with we saw him with Kevin at the Observatory with Danny Dean and the Homewreckers and the Untouchables.
Danny
that's
Dean and the Home
right.
Wreckers.
Remember
That
that,
was
man?
a fucking
Yeah.
name. How about that, huh?
I remember we saw the specials then, and then like we're mad because it was just like the dude from one of those OC ska bands with the horn, like playing Jeffrey's Fan Club. He was the horn player for the
Oh, I
specials
got a
that
little
night.
bit of news. I mean, it's kind of like unrelated. I mean, it's ska related, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's not anything. I don't personally don't listen to them. Red Store Bums. Frankie's gonna play drums with them for some recordings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they even recorded an album with them or something like that.
Oh wow, really cool. They did mention Operation Ivy in the movie too,
Well, that's good.
which was one of those things about blowing up and
Uh-huh.
pushing things along and moving it along. That wow, these kids are going to this and they're playing ska and like
Yeah,
that was the thing.
Kind of.
trying
They're
to,
kinda
trying
playing
to.
ska. Well, you know what? Operation
It
Ivy
had the ska beat.
Operation Ivy never really fit in with anybody because they were too ska for the punk rock guys. Because you're talking about bands like Filth and all those bands that were in the Bay Area doing that thing, and they were too ska for those guys, but they weren't ska enough for the ska people. So it rode that weird line.
Mm-hmm.
But as the story goes, they blew up, and I couldn't handle it. Those 4 kids on tour, 3,000 miles in a Ford car, not
They
knowing what
weren't
was
know
going on.
what's
Yeah. They just couldn't handle the fame. But energy.
Yeah, 30 years
30
of
years.
energy.
Their energy just turned 30.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Did I get energy? Probably about 95.
I got it probably like 96, 97.
Yeah. After I found out who Rancid was, I was listening to Rancid in like 94. About a year. Actually, the first Rancid album I listened to was the self-titled one, which incidentally today turned 26.
Yes.
The first Rancid album today, May 10th, 1993.
And we also got the anniversary of Let's
Shout
Go
out
this
to Lars
month.
Fredrickson, Tim Armstrong,
Yeah,
Matt
there you go.
Freeman.
Yeah, Let's Go turns 25 this month too.
Yeah, it came out the same month. That's the first album that I had because I had a friend who listening to that stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is Rancid," and I listened to that, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is." So bought that, and then the next year, Let's Go came out the following year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already headfirst in all that stuff, man. And Operation Ivy was right along with it. Damn. So that came out 30 years ago. I've been listening to it for at least like 25, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm old.
Because
Fuck.
we're going to talk about this next month because I'll tell you what's going on for next month. But I remember listening to Salvation in high school. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, I have something I
Wasn't
want to
that
ask
on one
you.
of those Cinema Beer Days or whatever video?
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, Salvation was on Cinema Beer Nuts or something. Yeah.
and that was about
oh.
the same time Dookie was coming out too. So I was like, what is this stuff? And Offspring Smash.
Yeah. You know what I remember listening to Offspring? As weird as it sounds, I remember listening to Offspring Smash when I went to take the SAT. I don't know why
gonna
that sticks
smash
out.
the
Dude, that's
SAT.
really like, I guess we had first gotten it because it would have been that time and we would have been juniors, which was 1994. And getting that Sam Wan had that fucking tape. We put it in, we're listening to it in his car on the way back from the SAT and just like, man, this album's the shit. This is fucking good. That's how old fucking
That's funny.
we are, dude.
I was gonna ask you, dude, you don't know how many people I've talked to at the barbershop about this, but I am completely fascinated and infatuated with your Morrissey curates the Ramones
Yes.
vinyl. Where did you get that?
So that was a Record Store Day release a couple years ago. And Morrissey is an old punk rocker. He was like at that one gig of the Sex Pistols where like everybody who was there started a band.
Susie and the Banshees and all that
The
shit.
Clash were there.
Yeah.
So he was just like, so every once in a while they'll have people like they'll say like, hey, can you pick your favorite songs from this band?
Yeah.
So they had Morrissey pick his favorite Ramones songs. And this will be out. We'll do a Saturday spin, but like it's Joey Ramone's birthday and Morrissey's birthday are like a couple days apart. So like what's the best way to honor both of them is have Morrissey curates the Ramones. So that's going to be a Saturday spin coming up. And I'm just going to give it out right now. I'm going to do Operation Ivy this week. I'm going to do Morrissey curates the Ramones. And I'm going to do Beastie Boys Sabotage. And probably I'm going to do one of the Star Wars movies. Probably the first one because I have the soundtracks. I have the soundtracks for all of them. Probably the first one because it's the anniversary of this month.
Okay. Yeah,
You just missed the passing though
The passing of.
what's his name from the Beastie Boys.
Oh yes, I understand that, but it was also May the 4th,
Yeah,
and I do that more. That's
I made my
Man,
choice.
you just said that wasn't the day. It was the 25th, man. Let's rewind this podcast and listen to that shit, man.
But I was like, cause I do that personally
It was
for
a
myself.
catch-22.
I do that. I do that. That's my personal
he
thing.
made his choice.
And
It
I
was the
understand.
22nd, man. It was the 25th.
So I do that personally for me.
Yeah.
But for you guys, since like not all of us are as big Beastie Boys fan as I am, I do Star Wars. Right? Let's honor Star Wars.
Fantastic.
It's all good.
Those are words to live by.
Damn,
Mm-hmm.
dude, we're getting old. 30 years of Operation
Hey.
Ivy, 25 years of Rancid, and all that crud.
Well, think about it this way: when we just got into it, how old were they when they started doing
Oh,
it?
I know.
They're older.
Shit, look at Bad Religion, man. They're going to be 40 next year.
Hey.
40 years as a band.
Hey,
little
man,
little
I just
light
got-
up top, if you ask me.
I just got tickets to see Bad Religion today, man, at the Palladium in August. And you know why I got tickets to see them?
Why?
Because they just put out a brand new album.
Oh, and how did that album sound?
Rick.
Okay, man. So in 2016, when Donald Trump was elected, Ryan and I were texting back and forth. Actually, you know who else was texting with me? Was Austin Perry. We were mentioning, dude, this is going to be like a golden age of punk rock again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
And
We
yes,
all
I
said
remember
that.
that.
Yeah,
we all-
remember
we
that.
all
I've been
that.
saying that since Bush got elected.
Yeah.
we've been, well, yeah, but
Nah,
then
it didn't happen so much
but
then.
here, you know what? He's right though, because
He is.
Empire Strikes First came out when Bush was reelected during that year, and Bad Religion had some really good stuff to material.
Yep.
And in 2016, I said the next Bad Religion album is going to be the shit, dude. It's going to be awesome. I will go out here right now and say this is the best album since The Empire Strikes First.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow.
It is freaking awesome.
Was not expecting that.
Oh, really?
Or was I?
I don't
No,
know.
I was because he already told me.
Did you listen to it?
I listened. Well, so okay, I heard when they were releasing the singles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I heard those, and then
Which were the shit?
they were good.
Yeah.
They were good. I was looking for. I have the album saved,
Uh-huh.
and I want to listen to it at work. I just haven't done it yet. But yes, not until you played it for me this evening.
Yeah.
Then I got to hear it. It's good. Yeah, it
It's
does.
really good.
We were saying earlier that it reminds us of like a combination of a couple of albums, like
Yeah,
you were
man,
saying.
I get some, what is it, Stranger Than Fiction vibe. I get some Empire Strikes First vibe. I dare say I get some Suffer.
Duh,
I
the
get
hell
some
you say?
I get some Suffer vibe. And if you look at it, man, it's 14 songs in 33 minutes.
Oh wow, is it?
That's friggin' Suffer vibe
That's-
right there.
Yeah.
That's Suffer right there.
That's
That's
like
Suffer.
Ramon's fucking pace and shit,
Yeah.
dude.
No, but it's Ramon's pace is like frantic. This isn't frantic.
Yeah.
Because some of those songs are a little bit longer.
I
It's
yeah,
closer
I
to
just say that
Suffer.
it,
No, they're not.
It's
The
like
longest song
Suffer.
is maybe 3 minutes.
I don't know. I mean, you know what? Admittedly, I've listened to it a couple times, but it's kind of been background. It's kind of been in the background enough for me to be like, this is a pretty good album. But I
Yeah.
haven't actually sat there and like really.
You have to
Taking it in.
You have to sit there, and you have to sit there, and in perfect format, you have to sit there and read the lyrics as you're listening to the album.
Do you?
No, that's the one thing I
gotta
haven't
find
done
them.
yet.
I gotta find them online because I have a digital copy.
You do it. If you
iTunes.
have iTunes. iTunes will pop up.
Sorry.
I mean, shit, dude.
Oh,
And
does it?
an apocryphal popular mythology or a civilization in wane, whatever your assessment is, a paradox remains. There's a moral and intellectual vacuum, and your right to be looking askance. Philosophically moribund, revolution hasn't a chance.
This is gonna involve a lot. This is gonna involve.
I need to get my
Oh,
fucking.
okay, hold
I
on.
need to get my fucking thesaurus.
No, hold on. Let me say something. Okay, since we're talking about Bad Religion, this band, I really, really liked this band when I heard it. I was given the first Bad Religion album I actually listened to was How Could Hell Be Any Worse? And
Okay.
somebody let me borrow that. I traded him to listen to for Straight Outta Compton. I let him borrow Straight Outta Compton. He let me borrow How Could Hell Be Any Worse? And I was like, man, this is different. And I copied it, but I didn't really think a whole lot about it. It
Sure.
just kind of was like, wasn't quite. It was. I just wasn't ready
Not ready
for
for
that
it
yet.
yet.
Yeah, okay. So in high school, when all this was going on, too, the next one that I borrowed from somebody was Suffer. That was the next album that I had, and I was like, oh my god! And Suffer actually has the lyrics in
Mhm.
it.
Yes.
So when I got that, I really liked it, but I was like, I don't know what any of these words mean. Like nothing.
Phantasmal
yeah.
myriads of same bucolic birth.
Jurisprudence, like all that. I didn't know what it meant, so I had to look it up. That's the first band I ever had. Like I have to look up what this guy's talking
And
about.
you
Yes.
still do to this day.
And I
Yeah.
still
Because
sometimes do.
I'm still trying to figure out what the Kerouac cat is.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, well, you know who Kerouac is actually,
Yes,
but
I
you know,
do.
but like, yeah, I had to do that, and then as I started like looking at the stuff and trying to figure out what he's talking about, I started realizing I agree with this, and that's actually what kind of formed my political beliefs was listening to Bad Religion and trying to figure out what this guy was saying because I had no idea what he was talking about. And then once you figured it out, you're like, I agree with him.
Dude,
Yeah.
but seriously, as you go through and you listen to the lyrics, like Big Black Dog is totally. There's so many songs that are about Trump and the right and everything going on right now.
Well, one of the songs is called "The Kids Are Alt Right."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. The album.
It's not on the album. It was a single release
Yeah, it
before.
was
So
a
it's
single.
a,
that's right.
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
hidden track.
The kids aren't all right.
No, I think it's
The
the
kids
are-
alt are right.
Alt right.
Are
alt-right.
right.
Are
Yeah.
alt-right.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
kids are alt right.
Yeah, but no, yeah, dude, you got to. They covers everything. They talk about fake news. They talk about Trump, though they never mention him directly. They talk about all.
But
that
they've
shit
never
that you-
actually criticized people
No,
directly.
they haven't. They haven't.
Like,
No, because they don't do that. They let you decide
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They've been really good about that, and it's super interesting that their name is Bad Religion, but they're not even all atheist.
yeah.
It's like when you read old interviews with them, they're like, it's got nothing to do with religion. Not even all of us are atheists. It's just the fact that like religion signifies something that's taken at face value, and that's it. Like there's no in depth, and like we're against that. And like the symbol is just because it's like that's shocking to people.
Yeah,
that's it.
I want to see Joe Rogan do an interview with these guys.
It would be quite interesting if it's Dr. Graffin doing that. Grandpa Graffin, as we like to call him, Bruce Willis's twin. He's looking kind of old. Man, it's one of my heroes of my youth.
All right, you guys will take another break.
Kind of like Pee Wee Herman was.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another break, and then we'll come back and talk about some wrestling.
Control me when they're just human, just like me. They're only human. It's a hopeless world. It's ruin, ruin. Just like wild animals, 'cause all we are is animals. Don't need your rules or authority. I won't be controlled. I won't be. So fuck your politics and your system. You say too much and you never listen. You and you don't need me. I won't be controlled. I won't be.
All right, so you guys been watching the Dark Side of Wrestling?
Kind of, yes.
I thought you were gonna say the Force Man.
I've been watching it pretty religiously.
Yeah, me too. That's what I look forward to watching this week. Every week, it's good, really good.
It's been really good, which is nice because Vice can be hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick. Did you hear Disney has said publicly that they don't think they're going to be able to recoup any of the investment that they made, like over $400 million or something like that, into Vice?
Wow.
Yeah, they're not looking forward to any of that. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's been really good, man. It's nice to see some of those rumors and those things you hear stories about played out as documentaries.
Yeah, because we've always heard about the Montreal Screwjob. We've always heard about Bruiser Brody. We've always heard the Von Erich curse, and now it's like putting it into like a professionally done package. Because before, it's a bunch of different guys from different interviews over different periods of time talking about different things. Now it's like in one setting, they said, okay, this is a plan. We're going to talk about this. Now they have the same guys doing the same, in the same clothes, talking about different things in different episodes.
Well, sometimes you get that. Like you get Bruce Pritchard in multiple episodes, and you get
Jim Cornette.
It's the same. It's the same old fucks talking about the same thing, dude.
But then
it's like they interviewed them all. Okay, we're gonna do these episodes, and then we said like, all right, we're gonna interview you for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and we're gonna ask you about this. We're gonna ask you about Brody. We're gonna ask you about the Von Erichs. We're gonna ask you about Gino. Like, I feel like that's what it was.
Yeah,
but then you get someone like Tony Atlas, who's very specific to Bruiser Brody.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course he is. And I actually heard Dave Meltzer talk about him very recently, who said like every time he does an account of what happened there, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, which leads you to kind of believe, okay, he really believes that's
He's
what he
legitimate.
saw.
Yeah, they're really well done. They're clean. They're fun to watch, and I'm telling you, man, that Von Erichs one had me almost in tears.
Yeah, to see everybody lose their brothers. I mean, he lost all his brothers.
Yeah, and Kevin Von Erich's honesty about everything.
Yeah.
And just being willing to talk about everything so openly and cleanly, man, it really hit close to home.
At one point, didn't he say, I need like 10 minutes?
Yeah, he did.
He just like kind of stopped.
And the thing is, like, he's one of the few that on there that you don't always see him doing interviews.
Yeah.
Like Jim Cornette, like you give him $5 or like, you buy him like a triple cheeseburger from Wendy's and a Sprite Zero, he'll do an interview. He'll do an interview no matter what. Whereas,
he's getting paid.
Von Erich.
And he gets to hear himself.
Yeah. Kevin Von Erich is just like, you don't hear from him a lot.
No.
The last time I saw Kevin Von Erich was when the Von Erichs got inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I think that's probably one of the last.
And they got inducted into the Hall of Fame because they sold World Class to Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
He picked up the library, and he came out. You know how they do the Hall of Fame tradition, like the day after they bring him out on stage. That's the last time I remember seeing him.
They did I don't know if it was tryouts or just a one shot with Impact, the Von Erich boys. did a match, and he was there too.
Was that his last match?
No, that one was in Israel or something like that.
Yeah, that was his last match. It said that in the thing.
Yeah, but no, the Impact
okay,
one wasn't.
okay.
It was at a pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, why would I
like
think Impact would go to Israel? I don't know what I was thinking there. Sorry.
that. They've been to India because of Ring Cut King.
They've been in Mexico too.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the Macho Man one. That was fantastic. If you know
That
what
was
I
a good
mean.
one, man. That was a good one to see that relationship between Linda Hogan and Miss Elizabeth. Even I even read some stuff from Lenny Poffo after the fact, and he's like,
Yeah.
that was really well done. He was really impressed with it, and he even said Linda Hogan has a tendency to kind of be crazy and
I saw that.
tell stories, but she was very straightforward and very professional and very legitimate in that
Yeah.
one. So if that's something you haven't seen, they are available on Vice.
Now are they only doing these 5 for right now? Is this the season and they're going to something else, or is there another one coming up? Because I think the last one we saw was Gino, and I don't think there's another one that
Fabulous Moolah's coming up,
Mula, and that's
Oh,
it.
wow.
Okay.
and I think that's the last
There's
one.
something called The Wrestler or something that's going to debut.
Yeah,
after
that's
it.
coming over after that. There's a separate documentary series.
Isn't that what like guys trying to break into the business, or people are
That or just those offshoots talking about lucha libre or the Japanese style or things like that. Those other parts that you don't see, the underground wrestling piece.
You kind of need stuff like that.
You do.
So, we got any updates on All Elite Wrestling? What's going on with All Elite? You guys are my wrestling experts because you're the kayfabe culture.
I think the most recent news for that is Rick Knox is going to be officially an AEW referee. So that's a big deal because he's probably the most prominent independent referee out there. And then just a week or two ago, they announced that Cody's opponent at Double or Nothing will be Dustin Rhodes.
All right.
And so that'll be cool because that's more than likely going to be Dustin Rhodes' last match.
Have we ever seen the brothers fight each other like
No, they
like
kind
in
of
TV? I know they do a dark match, but
started teasing it with the Stardust Goldust stuff, but they never went. So that'll be fun to see. And you need to go watch the YouTube Road to Double or Nothing videos, because one of them is Dustin Rhodes talking about Cody and kind of course building for the match, talking about how you've had it easy, you were the spoiled kid, this and that. I didn't. I had to. When we were wrestling, we were broke, and we built up to this. He goes, "You've had it easy," and then Cody Rhodes' response to it. Well, Cody's response was very much, I love my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ending my brother's career. I'm killing the Attitude Era. It's kind of his thought to that.
yeah.
He's like, we've done so much. We've pushed so much past that now. The Attitude Era needs to die. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious to see how they tell that story. But Cody's gonna win. It's more than likely gonna be Dustin's last match.
How old is Dustin? Like 50?
I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
Because
He
I know
has to be close to that because
I know
he started
Cody-
wrestling when he was like 20.
Because I know Cody
Natural.
in his mid 30s, right?
Yeah, he's 50.
I mean, he's not
Wow.
going to go
Yeah,
on
no,
for.
Cody's quite a bit younger because remember they have different moms.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
I know Cody's like at least in his 30 or mid 30s.
Cody is 33.
Wow, he's young.
He's still got 40 years of wrestling left. If you're a Terry Funk.
if you're a Rhodes, yeah. So have you seen Dustin Rhodes kind of make up for what he's doing for that? He's not coming in. He's saying he's the natural, of course. They're gonna call him Dustin or whatever. But he's still kind of playing with some of the Gold Dusty makeup type stuff in this face.
Yeah.
Very Darth Maul-esque.
Yes, that's what I saw.
The red and black. That'll be cool.
I mean,
It's one
I
last
saw the
ride.
red and black, and I first thought Kane, then I saw Darth Maul.
Yeah, one last ride is what all the shirts and the merchandise are saying on them. That'll be cool. But if you want to hear more about that stuff, Dark Side of the Ring or AEW stuff or even WWE stuff, check out our offshoot podcast, Kayfabe Culture, which we should be recording another episode 3 in the next week.
Yeah, probably next week sometime. Next week when we do, the last one we covered was the Superstar Shakeup. The next one we'll do will probably be the Dark Side of the Ring, unless anybody wants to bring up anything else. Anybody's welcome. If you want to join us on that one, just got to be around the time. We just do
When
it
do you
too.
guys do it?
It kind of varies depending on our schedule. My schedule opens up a lot now that softball is over.
Oh, good.
So it had been Thursday nights, but it varies just whenever anybody's available.
And it's been a little bit easier because we've been doing it through Skype.
Uh-huh.
So the sound quality isn't as quite as good as Extraordinary Culture.
Uh-huh.
That's because everybody's using a different microphone or
Sure.
stuff like that. But it's good quality.
And it's quick. We're trying to shoot for about 45 minutes
Yeah.
max.
Yeah,
Okay.
Which is what we've been doing, just to cover a topic and then be like, all right, we're gonna do it. Same thing there. Kind of cut anything that doesn't go anywhere or something like that. We're just kind of a round table of what we think and move on.
Rad.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's the extraordinary culture and kayfabe culture, which, you know, if you're listening to this, you get that. It downloads on the same RSS feed, so that's what we got going on. It's the same bunch of jerks talking about wrestling more in depth.
Yeah, it was funny. The first time I came up, I'm like, "What? We didn't record anything. What's going on with this?"
Right. Well, that last time Dan asked me, like, "What's kayfabe culture?"
Yeah. Sorry.
We've been talking about this for how long? So
It's
again,
been a
we're
lot of fun, though.
we're looking for always a rotating cast of guests. So anybody's welcome that kind of watches it and wants to throw in their 2 cents. You know, I got a lot of thoughts right now, man. I don't like that Firefly thing, like, for shit. I find it completely boring.
What
So,
about the wild card rule or whatever?
that? Man, I'm kind of at a point where I'm gonna hold off on what I think, but I'm kind of at a point that I'm like, oh God, man, I'm sick of this. It's just getting boring. They're drawing their lowest numbers, like,
Yeah, that's what
ever.
I just saw that today.
So-
They've been drawing their lowest numbers. They said, like, this is the lowest numbers we've ever had for the USA Network for wrestling.
It's bad, and they're trying to go to Fox.
They're not trying. They are going to Fox.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then you know, did you hear Brock is not? Did you hear that? Brock resigned from MMA.
Yeah, he's gonna
So
stay with
apparently,
WWE.
Apparently, the DC fights.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Not
so
gonna
he's-
happen.
Vince McMahon must have threw some money at him.
Oh, I'm sure because he
That
makes
Saudi Arabia cash.
he makes more money doing that for less work. He doesn't have to go through his intensive training camp.
Now, is he
for
gonna
all
be?
that.
Yeah.
Hey, is he gonna be wrestling more now?
No.
Probably
No,
not.
probably not, because he's enough of a draw that based on his current schedule, he can keep doing it.
Now, how many times a year does he wrestle? Like 3 times?
No, more than that, but it just like it's all appearances too. So I think it's based on appearance, not necessarily match. As soon as he hits his number.
Yeah, because I was also watching something
you,
else.
You
and
would
there's-
think that if they're gonna throw more money at him and you're not doing MMA, they would throw at, okay, man, like, give us, come on, 5-6 more
Yeah, because I was
like, appearances. at
I had
least.
watched
Yeah,
something
but
that a lot of guys are mad because they said, like, look, Brock's making a lot of money and he's hardly wrestling. Well, we're there like every 3 times a week wrestling, and we're like making peanuts compared to
Well,
Brock.
pull his numbers and you can have what he's having.
Yeah, it's true too. But
yeah,
still.
but that's going to be detrimental to Brock in the long run too, because that's always kind of been his thing. Is well, if you don't give me what I want, well, I'll just go to MMA.
yeah.
And now that he's officially, withdrawn that idea, it's like, okay, then I don't have to pay you as much
Yeah.
because you either do it or you don't.
Man, you know whose number's not dropping?
Who's?
Pujols.
Oh, no, they're not. They are going up.
2,000 RBIs this week
Wow.
to pass.
That was a
oh
day
my
game.
God, I forgot. Who did he pass?
You're the Angel fan.
Oh man, I forgot who he passed.
Mantle?
Well, it wasn't Angel he passed. Anyway, I don't remember. I'll look it up for you in just a second. But now
Jesus.
A-Rod and Hank Aaron are ahead of him, and that's it. That's some big shoes to fill. And A-Rod's got something like, I got it up right here, 2,086, and Hank Aaron has 2,297. So a little work to get to Hank Aaron. As much time as he has left, could beat A-Rod.
You know, if he loses a little bit more weight, stays healthy, he probably can.
The healthy is the key.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. If he can stay healthy, he's gonna pass. He should pass A-Rod. Hank Aaron's a little bit more of a feat, so we'll see. Depends on what he's got coming up with seasons. Otani's back in the lineup as far as DH. He's set to make his debut, I believe, on the 20th, and it's a big night. They're gonna they gotta give away is it a jersey or a towel, some shit. I just saw it. I get emails from the Angels. Oh, speaking of which, I got tickets. I got tickets for Star
Yeah.
Wars night.
Yeah.
On the 24th. I bought 8 tickets. If you want one, hit me up. Let's go.
Okay.
I bought them. I think I got good seats too. They're right in the trout farm area. So I think they're like $35, something like that. They're real good seats. So if anybody's down to go to Star Wars, you guys too, the Dodger fans, if you're down to go to Star Wars
Pinchy
night,
Dodger fans.
I think it's only Rob and
Nah,
I that are going so far, and I bought 8 tickets. So
I think we started the original Star Wars nights.
maybe, but are you getting a Raleigh Monkey Wookie? No.
Last time I got a
Okay.
shirt. Last time I won, I got a shirt.
You got a
Actually,
shirt?
I think I got it on.
Huh?
I got it on right now.
Did it fit? Is it ugly?
No,
It's
Is
white.
that the
huh?
Yoda one?
no. Mine
it's got
is
BB-8
BB-8.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is it a Dodgers one? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, hey, what is it? There is actually a parody shirt that has BB-8 on it I saw recently. It says the Droidagers. Has
Yes.
BB-8 on it.
No, actually, the Dodgers are giving away a bobblehead.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
no,
for Star Wars night.
this one is an artist.
Yeah.
It's not
It's like a
completely
bootleg.
affiliated. Yeah, well, not a bootleg, but it's an independent artist doing it.
But you know what? I've noticed there's a lot of Disney properties that are doing baseball shirts because they have Star Wars ones, they have Avengers ones. I saw some guy with the Hulk. It was a Mets one, but it was a
Yeah.
Hulk Mets smash, and then there's also Mickey Mouse ones. I have a Mickey Mouse pin somewhere with the Dodgers.
I do too.
I don't know where I put it. So the Dodgers are doing well. They won tonight and they dropped a game yesterday, but they are second for the best second for the best record in the Major League Baseball right now.
You know
They're on
that could
top of-
possibly change.
They changes all the time.
Turner finally woke up. That was nice. He'd kind of been the only one who wasn't
Yeah.
delivering heavily.
And he's like one of the most popular ones. So.
Yeah.
So Dodgers are doing well right now. We'll see how the season plays out.
It's a long season.
Yeah,
that's one of the things about baseball.
Dave Roberts said like,
Oh yeah,
it's
it's still
the
like
first
it's
quarter.
still super early.
It's the first quarter.
Yeah,
hmm
So
like we're a few games below 500, but again, still a lot of time. I mean the division's kind of weak to be honest with you, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
A lot of time. Any other sports news that we've been talking about?
nah, we'll wait till football to talk about football.
Yeah, we still got a while.
Hey, but we got some extraordinary eats. We've been busy for the last
We've-
month
That's why we're
or
all
2
fat.
months.
That we have.
There's a taco place in Corona that Rick and I have both been to called Tacos Dos Portillos. Fantastic tacos, dude.
They're amazing. You know what? They're opening up in Riverside right across from the Galleria.
Yes, I saw it across from the parking lot.
So when we go watch Rise of Skywalker,
Wait, what?
I know what we're
where?
doing.
Like where?
you know where the old Carol's was?
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Wait,
that
wait,
built
the
that,
old,
that,
the old what? Oh, across the street.
Yeah, right across the street in the
it's
backside.
brand new
Yeah.
because they tore that shit down.
They tore all that down and they
Okay.
revitalized that center. They refaced it, whatever they
so
did.
is it a Carol's or a Coco's?
No, it's a Tacos Dos Portillos.
No, was it a Carol's or a Coco's?
Who cares?
I
It's-
care.
Why?
It's Carol's is old people place. Coco's was all right.
Coco's was
They're both
was,
for old people.
Coco's was on La Sierra.
Okay.
Carol's was there. if I remember
Anyway,
right.
this won't have a lot more parking than one on 6th and Fuller because that place is difficult to park on
Yeah.
a Saturday. But the tacos are fantastic. They have all different types of meat. They have chorizo tacos, carne asada tacos, carnitas tacos. Carnitas are fantastic. Aguas frescas. The quesadillas, they grill the cheese.
They
They actually put the cheese on the flat top, the griddle, so it gets all like crispy, the chicharrón de queso, and then they throw it in the tortilla. Oh my!
Yeah.
And the tortillas are fantastic.
They're fresh right there too, fresh
Yeah.
made and really good stuff.
So maybe
The
we'll,
Sounds delicious.
store, man, they cut it, they slice it right there.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bring some next time we come to do our podcast.
Heck yeah!
Tacos.
And
You know
then-
who else has killer tacos, man? It's Trejo's Tacos.
Really?
Machetes tacos. These are kind of with machete.
Machete, man. That's a cool little place to go. I mean, it's not a very big place. It's this little tiny corner that's like 4 parking spots. So it's even worse than Tacos Dos Portillos.
Yeah, or Lucha
But,
Libre.
Yeah, I go to the North Park one for Lucha Libre. So
I'm
it's
always
a
in
bit
the one
easier.
in
on Washington.
Washington. Yeah.
So, but good little tacos, man. We went for breakfast. They had good breakfast burritos, steak and egg tacos, tortillas, the ghost corn tortillas, man. They were amazing. Good, really good hot sauce. But everything is done right there. It's all fresh, farmers markety, I believe. Their coffee is roasted in L.A.
Oh wow!
So I got a bag of coffee. So I'm grinding that up and making coffee.
Nice.
Somebody brews a beer for him too.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a trip. If you happen to be in the LA area, definitely worth a trip to Trejo's Tacos. I got a shirt and mugs, and I totally did the touristy thing there.
So that's where you spent your money instead of at the Museum of Death.
I didn't spend it at the Museum of Death, and actually didn't buy anything at the Rise Against show either. I'm like, I don't need to get in line for that. What other goodies did we hit recently?
I went to this place called Show Me Nudes.
Okay.
This is a noodle place.
Show me nudes. That's
Yes.
pretty funny.
So it's in it's in Chino. Show Me Nudes. It's in Chino. It's
Show
in
me nudes.
there's this place called Cravings.
That's messed up.
done by Ranch 99
Uh-huh.
Markets, but they got a little food court. They got a couple beer taps. They got like an ice cream place, a pastry place.
Oh, the Ranch 99 Market food courts are awesome.
Yeah, and then they got Show Me Nudes. So I had ramen and a beef bowl. Well, not a beef bowl, pork bowl. Delicious. Because last time I got some ramen, tasted like Maruchan. I'm like this. I go, there's got to be better ramen than this. This tastes like fucking like.
No, you got to get a good ramen with a good broth, and that's
Yeah.
what makes it.
And this was delicious. I loved it. I'm gonna go back.
Mhm.
So in Chino Hills they got a bunch of places with different ramen. So this is the first one I tried. Go to a couple of others and hopefully find some good noodle spots and bring you back some places that I go to. I posted a picture of it on the
He wants to bring you back some
Instagram.
nudes.
bring back some nudes. Yeah.
He's gonna show him some nudes and
I'm gonna see some
bring it
nudes.
back.
Send nudes, bro.
And then one of my regular go-to places in Riverside is Teriyaki Plus. It's this little hole in the wall on I want to say Washington and Indiana. Little hole in the wall. Coolest people run it, man. The Poe, I believe is her name. She does the anti-dairy fight club stuff on Instagram if you ever want to check that out. Total artist collective type person. Very, very cool human being. But freshest Chinese fast food ever. It's not really even fast food.
It's good food done quickly.
That's exactly what it is. It's casual, good food done quickly. Everything is as fresh as you can get, man. They'll adapt for you a little bit, and stickers all over the counters, and it is amazing. I mean, I've had Chinese food from everywhere in the world, but this is where I go when I want good Chinese food. And it's reasonable, man. I mean, you're talking about most places you get a 2-item combo for what, $7? This one's maybe $8.
Hey, for fresh
so you
food,
pay
can't beat that.
$1 more for they literally fry it up and cook it right there in front of you.
Awesome.
So definitely worth checking out when you're in the Riverside area. Wow.
I think that's gonna wrap it up.
I think it is. What you got going on coming up, Dan?
Vacation. Yeah, school lasted like another 3 weeks. Got some stuff. It is kind of my busiest season. The stressful part of it kind of ended. We got to finish off the year, of course. So we're doing that. I will be going to grad night on the 6th. So we're going to Six Flags overnight. Get some money for that. Concerts coming up. We got the Misfits coming up. I just told you I bought
Bad Religion tickets.
Yeah, so gonna do that. That's way in the summertime. Next podcast, we should be able to talk, if the timing's right, we should be able to talk a little Galaxy's Edge, and hopefully Smuggler's Run. Rise of the Resistance isn't open yet, so
No.
That's about it. Looking forward to vacation. Got to work around some of my vacations because I got Comic-Con and all that, so we'll have to work around some of that, and I'm gonna be going to Mammoth in July.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I think in late July, though, so we'll have to talk about some podcast dates.
Okay.
But that's about it. Got a haircut this last week.
For sure.
Megan hooked it up.
As she always does.
Yeah, did a good job. She's good. So we'll go.
Excellent.
About it.
There's
Excellent.
less hair to cut up there, though.
There is less hair to cut up there, but not quite as. I got more hair than those guys that cross with me. And the youngest brother got more hair than him too. Anyway,
Hey, he has a luscious beard.
This is a lifestyle
Sir.
choice.
right. It made
All
up
right,
for it. It
guys.
goes on his nuts and his bottom of his chin.
Plenty
What
of
you
people
go-
wish they could do that.
What you got going on now?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, dude. I'm finishing up my vacation. I'm enjoying until June 3rd right now. I got some time off. We've got a SmackDown coming up in June.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Going to
That'll
SmackDown.
be fun.
Yeah.
TV taping actually.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
That's
cool.
actual SmackDown.
So we'll be at the Citizens Bank Arena
Yeah.
doing TV taping for
Nice.
SmackDown there. That's coming up. But we just got D23 tickets for August.
Awesome.
Did you get 3-day ones or just the 1 day?
We missed out on the 3 days.
Yeah, they sold out, huh?
So we ended up getting 2 single days.
Yeah, I think on
So
Saturday.
we did Friday
Sunday.
and Saturday.
I'm in school. We'll
I
see what's
am,
up.
I am too, but it's my last week before I go on break.
I
again,
think
so
I'm going to end up doing 1 day.
It's
Just
too
'cause-
much to do in 1 day, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's also really expensive, so we'll see.
That it is, but that
I got to convince the other brother to go with me because he was kind of balking at it. So we'll see. Tell him
I thought he was getting a hotel room for D23.
Not for D23.
No, that's for
WonderCon.
Celebration and WonderCon.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Celebration. Celebration will do. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because he told me, he's all, I'm getting us a room. You can stay there if you want to go. I was like, oh, I just happen to have weekends off now.
after D23 last year, though,
You're good.
I'm not good. I'm not going to do a hotel room because it wasn't worth it. By the time we got into line early
Sure.
and this and that, you were waiting an hour and a half in
I
line to
did.
get into the building.
One day, I honestly went to downtown Disney first.
And you kind of have to. You
And
have to
then
do
just
something else.
let
So I'm
it
not-
just
I'm
kinda
not
cool
stressed.
down
I
first.
We
get
waited
there, I
it
get
out, shopped a little bit, and then went in. It was ridiculous. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that.
Mhm.
I mean, I want to go, but I want to see them work on all that first,
Yeah.
which is a mess. So that's why I was tempted to only do 1 day because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this for multiple days if you can't
Who's the
figure it
show
out.
promoter for that one? Do you know?
No,
I
don't off the top
I
of my head.
don't think it's anybody else but Disney because
Yeah.
the only employees that actually work for them are actually their Disney store employees.
Mhm.
Okay.
They're allowed to put in to work those. So like that
Yeah, but
automatically leads me
doing
to
the lines and the programming.
Yeah, but that's like it's not done well. I mean, security I'm sure is the convention center, but they can't handle the amount of people in an orderly fashion. It just didn't make sense. Even when I went hour and a half, 2 hours in downtown Disney and then went back, there still was a line that was moving. But the first day that we went, we stayed in the line, and I'm convinced that people who got in line after us went in first. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, because I know they had a lot of problems with Celebration when it was in Orlando a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They had like 2-hour, like mile-long waits.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
So-
they need to work that out. Well, I don't remember too many of those problems with Celebration they hit last time it was here.
Yeah, but you didn't go for like the opening ceremonies.
No, I didn't. But even though we were there that last day, it didn't seem to be an issue getting in. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm still gonna do Celebration because it's Celebration. So we'll see.
And then I'm actually doing professional stuff next week. I get to give out scholarships.
Oh,
That'll be
awesome.
Oh,
kinda
me
fun.
too. In 2 weeks.
That'll be really fun. So that's about it for me. X, what you got coming up?
Let's see. So the brewery, we always have trivia on Wednesday nights from starting at 6:30, 7 o'clock. Sometimes there's food, sometimes there's not. So just check Instagram. We also have Taco Tuesdays and cigar nights, combination of both. No, you don't have funny cigars there.
You
But
beat Dan to that one.
yes.
Oh.
So we don't have funny cigars
Not
there.
me, the other Dan.
And that's the fourth Tuesday of the month. So that's coming up in a couple weeks. So just keep an eye out for that. Follow.
Can I bring goofy cigars? Funny
If you
cigars?
smoke them in the car, you're welcome to. And
Fine.
check out Mi
Accepted.
Havana Cigar.
Wasn't that a Reverend Hard to Heat album? Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Yep.
So us.
Yeah.
If you want some good cigars, go to Mi Havana Cigar Factory in downtown Pomona. It's on the Antique Row side, not the Arts Colony side. So if you're looking for it, it's kind of hard to get into. You need to really look for it, but you'll see like a Cigar Store Indian up in front.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Other than that, I am just trying to plan a wedding, and we got a couple things that we want to do. Some of the things are changing, and I get a phone call today. So when I have some more information about that, you guys will be first to know even before we put on the podcast.
Man, you're just a yes man anyway.
No. There's like some different stuff going on, so I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
Dan, what's going on at the shop?
We've got some new barbers that are in, which is great because it's starting to open up the room for us to be able to start taking more people. So yeah, it's going great for everybody. The barber, check our Instagram page at Crown and Stash. You'll see the cuts from some of our newer barbers as well as some of our older barbers. So it's pretty cool. It's working out well for everybody. Area's growing, more people are moving in. Freeways, I don't know if you've ever noticed, or even Dan, like that freeway's always jam packed.
Oh, hell yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
stretch. I remember where nobody used to be on that freeway. Now everybody's on that freeway.
Shit, if it wants me to come from Riverside, it always has me go from Lake Matthew around
yeah,
Lake Matthews.
to Lake Matthews. That's
Yeah.
how I used to go to Tyler Mall.
Yeah, I've done that because when I've come to the shop from work, that's what I've done.
It's
It's the
smart.
worst stretch from the 91 to about El Cerrito.
Yeah,
Once you get past El Cerrito,
it's all right.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're
Yeah.
doing all that construction on that bridge now. They just opened the new off ramp
Yeah,
on Cajalco. Like that's
both
open now.
sides. Both sides
Yeah,
are open.
both sides of that. Like actually, last time I left the shop,
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize that I was gonna get back on the 15. I didn't realize that they changed it, that it loops around
Yeah,
instead of going to the right. And I was like, oh shit, now I gotta cut somebody off
yeah,
to kind of like to get on the freeway.
yeah,
'Cause otherwise,
Yeah.
I would have had to go all the way down
yeah,
towards Eagle Glen and then turn around.
yeah.
When I'm at the shop, I try to make them Fridays in the morning, so I don't have to avoid some of that traffic. But it's still just
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Like it used to take me 30 minutes to get down there. Now it's like 45.
You know, one thing people have asked me before is like, when's a good time to book an appointment? And I always tell people,
Wait,
no.
you can stop right there. Don't do that on there.
Huh?
I want to know, but they don't need to know.
I always say that the middle of the week is like the best time to get in. It may not be the most opportune time, but it is the time where we have the most openings.
Yeah.
And as like any barbershop, and most barbershops are like
Yeah,
that.
I've been
anyways.
in the middle of the week about 4:00, and
Yeah.
I've been able to get a time that I need that works for me.
It's those damn weekend appointments,
No,
especially
no,
on
of
holidays,
course.
Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, hey, man,
Easter.
you know what? I went to Applebee's tonight
Oh,
for
yeah?
dinner, and I didn't. My wife's not Mexican,
Uh,
but hey, let's go to dinner. Let's go to Applebee's. I felt like going to Applebee's. That shit was packed.
Really?
Because today's Mexican Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Taking
I,
it.
look
I
around.
gave I gave Alicia her
Mexicans
present
everywhere.
today because of Mexican Mother's Day.
Well, my wife's not Mexican, so
I got her
She
my
sucks for
wife's
you.
half.
She don't get that shit till Sunday.
My wife's half, man.
and then I noticed all the dudes peddling flowers are out today too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
a
were
lot of
out,
those.
they
Yeah,
were out
all
there
over the
yesterday
place.
too.
I didn't even do that, man. We went to got Alicia stuff from Dreadful Curiosities. The best, man. We've been collecting a lot of specimens lately from them. We got a bat recently.
Maybe they should sponsor us.
They got a bat recently. We got a chick. We got a duck. The chick and duck are conveniently named Joey and Chandler from Friends.
You
Got
need a
some cool stuff.
chupacabra.
I need a chupacabra. I can find one. If you can find me one, let me know. I will buy a chupacabra.
All right.
I will get one, man. But that or another good place to get some gifts is Made.
Yes.
So if you're
Yep.
doing that Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduation, check it out. They're doing the Magnolia Street marketplaces again through the fall. Saturdays this year. Saturdays like 4:00.
Oh, cool.
I know our buddies at Hey Riverside have a pop up every now and then there too, so it's always worth checking out.
Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome, guys. Well, anything else?
Think that's gonna do it for right now.
And where can you find our podcast again? I always forget, especially because I'm so high.
Well, Hey, if you want to send us comments, or if you're interested in being part of Kayfabe Culture podcast, email us at exocast. That's exocast@yahoo.com. You can check us out on Instagram at exoculture. We're on Facebook at exocult. You can find us at Twitter on exocultcast. We're on Podomatic, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and YouTube. You can also ask your smart home device to play the Extraordinary Culture podcast. For all of us here, I'm Rick.
Dan.
I'm Xavier.
And I'm Dave.